Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Camp Hustle One here, back with another video. Yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and jump into it, man. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump into it. Good to see you guys here. All right, so yes, we are back. Another Saturday night stream, and yeah, we got a good one tonight. Oh man, I know, I can already tell there are going to be some haters that are going to probably say, "Oh man, it's like this happens to everybody, man. Everybody loses girlfriends. Everybody has, people on rollerblade Rico steal your girl. Everybody's had that happen once or twice in their life, right? But it's a little different. It's a little different when you're a guy who professes to pretty much know how to deal with women, how to run your business, and really just how to be an all-around high value man. Now, what does it take in order to be a high value man? Is it being a person that offers value to other peers, someone who, I don't know, all the women want to be with? What is it exactly that makes you high value? Are you valuable to other people? Are you an asset and stuff? I mean, I think value is a very subjective thing, but it's also something that you should be able to look at somebody and be like, yeah, he does offer a lot of value. And, to some people, Mr. Myron Gaines does have a lot of value. David, welcome to the stream, sir. Yo, Camp, how you doing, sir? Good to see you, man. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, man. So today's subject, we're going to talk about Mr. Myron Gaines and how now, what do we predict? What do we predict for the future to happen now that he is no longer in a relationship with Angie? And what does the future hold for him? Does it mean that he's probably going to lean more towards the incel angle of his content? Is he going to be more of a I don't know, like anti-women and just go all in on just, focus on your goals and stuff? What I can already tell you is, since the call-in show that they did on Friday night, it seems that now that Myron is single, anything that a man calls up for him and tells him like, hey, I'm having, my girl is asking me to do this, or she's, I don't know, maybe giving me some problems here, I honestly will tell you that Myron is going to be the type of person to say, well, you just need to kick her to the curb. She's not worth it. I think the whole thing about the red pill keeping young men single, that is something that I think that is going to be a lot more. It's going to be a lot more apparent now that there's going to be no woman in Myron's life to really kind of regulate his mood and stuff. I mean, he's already kind of been a shut-in terms of his social life, and now we're going to see it bleed into the content. He's probably going to push the envelope even more, and I don't know, it might end up in maybe a total ban. We'll see. We will see. But let's go ahead and jump into it. We got a couple videos to review tonight. And again, if you guys would like to join the conversation, you guys are more than welcome to join the Discord. I put the link in the chat, so you guys make sure that you are part of the Discord. And just message in the chat first that you would like to come on. I will open up the Discord call and we can have a conversation about this, because that's the one thing that I really want to start leaning more towards, is having more interaction with the audience live. I want us to have live conversations, and there might be something that you guys disagree with, and I would love for you guys to offer me any type of counterpoints or just a different perspective. I'm open to it, and yeah, I just want the show to be a lot more interactive. So let's go ahead and we will get to the first video that we have. Give me 1 second, guys. Should have had it all queued up, but everything was on a tight timeline today. So let me just make sure I have it pulled up here. All right. So The first video we're going to watch is by Mr. O'Shea Duke Jackson. He's a favorite of mine, so we're going to go ahead and get to that one. I hope my screen is working, because it was not working earlier. We shall see. Let's see. Hopefully it's not a black screen. Nope, we got it fixed. Okay, so this is the video. Hold on, let me make sure the volume is good. You guys confirm in the chat if the volume is good. Right now we're at 100. Let's bump that up to 300. Save that. I don't know why that jumped down. But okay, so O'Shea Duke Jackson's videos first. After this, we'll check out the Abba and Preach video, and because they did a really funny one. And then after that, I think there might have been another video, but we'll check it out. Let's start with this first one. So Myron regrets lying, admitting this about his ex. Is it about packing the condoms? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that he said that I guess he tried to sound cool, and it just ended up backfiring and making it sound really bad. Coke Benny, welcome to the stream. Sup, camp? How you doing, sir? I don't know if you heard me, Benny, but the Discord link is already in the chat, so you guys are more than welcome to message me and let me know if you guys would like to come on and we can have a live conversation. But until then, let's get through this first video. It's only about 12 minutes. Let's see what O'Shea Duke Jackson had to say about this. You are up, sir.
Myron Gaines hasn't been pleasant. By now, we've all found out that for the last 3 to 4 months, Myron Gaines
How is the volume on that? Is that a little loud? Let me know. I might have to turn it down just a little bit. Let me see.
has been living a lie. He really wanted his girlfriend, and by the time June came, he was really frustrated that he wasn't spending enough time with her. But we all found out what she was doing behind his back.
Ah, yes, the video of Rollerblade Rico. That's what they're calling him now. I think in the original video that I saw on Reddit, Coke Benny, you might have seen this. They were calling him Don Juan. That's how I came up with the title of this video. That, Angie found her one and only. But I like Rollerblade Rico. That's really good. That's actually pretty entertaining. But it just goes to show, right? Money isn't everything. Okay, we can obviously see from past videos and even self-admittance from Myron that he doesn't have a social life. He doesn't go out. He didn't really have time for Angie when they were together, and he was just really diving into the work and the research. And Angie, I remember the last thing that she was with him was when he was in New York researching for the Diddy trial. He was covering the Diddy trial, but she couldn't stay because she had a rollerblade event to be at. And I think it was supposed to be for like a weekend or something. So, and apparently, according to the call-in show, they've been broken up for months now. And this is all from what Myron has said. He said that they've been broken up for months. So even when they were together for the Diddy trial research and stuff, she was still working for him, but they were not together. But I guess that was something that Myron was holding back from the audience because he didn't want, I don't know, the haters to clip it up. He definitely didn't want Abba and Preach to come at him about it. But yeah, so Cabos, welcome to the stream, sir. How are you doing, brother? Did you see Abba and Preach's video? Yes, I did. We're actually going to cover that after this one. Yeah, it's in the docket tonight. Coke Benny says, yep, saw it. And I also saw the one where a hater confronts Myron and Myron stays quiet until the security guard shows up. What? I don't know if I saw that one. Hold on. You saw it, and I also saw one where hater confronts Myron and Myron stays quiet until the security guards. I didn't see that one. Oh, wait, no, what? Did I see that one? See, when you're saying about a hater for Myron, the only thing I remember was that black woman that ended up showing her boobs, and it was I think it was over X. I remember Myron had posted on X, and yeah, it was pretty bad. But I think she might have been mentally ill. That's the only hater I can remember. And I don't remember a security guard. Maybe I'm thinking about something else. But Cabos, I don't know if you heard me, but yeah, the link is in the description for the Discord. If you guys want to join and we can have a live conversation about this, just let me know if you guys want to do that. But we're going to cover this video, and maybe if you guys want to jump in, we can all watch the Alba and Preach one. We can talk about that one together live. So let's see what O'Shea Duke Jackson had to say about this one, because I haven't seen this. This is a live reaction. Clapping cheeks. Hey, he used the what's it called, the Myron thing that I did, but I did mine a little bit different. I gave him the, like, he's been crying for a while, so he's at the bloodshot eyes, but he did the tears. So yeah, great minds think alike. Not bad, not bad. Myron never thought his girlfriend would do this. Sheesh. The hand holding, that's something I don't know if Myron ever did in public. That's gotta hurt. That's tough, man. That's just tough. Cookmay says, it was a guy. Myron was soft with him, but when the security guard came, he started yelling and cursing. Of course, man. Of course. I mean, it's only when the security guard... Oh, wait. Was that when he was doing a live debate in Miami? I don't think I saw that, because I haven't really kept up with his live debates. I know that's... You know, he likes to talk big and bad and stuff, because he's usually packing a gun with him for those debates. But I can see that happening. I can totally see that happening where, you know, he talks big and bad. Now the security's there. So, yeah.
Boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson was first to the market with this video. And ever since then, other people have chimed in as well, especially Alba and Preach. And so because of that, Myron has decided to go ahead and address the rumors. But he didn't do so without taking shots.
For those of you that are wondering or hoping, the only people really going to debunk here are Anus and Reach, because they're the biggest ones out. The rest of you guys are parasites, not worth the time
of the drama.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I get what you're saying. You don't want to give me any shine. It's too bad, because I got 176,000 views off the video. The first point of contention that he wanted to address was the fact that Angie was his first full-time girlfriend. Now, Alba and Preach, they did a reaction on this video.
Cook Penny came back. He says, nope, he was outside his apartment building with his dog. Oh, I definitely didn't see that. Was that on Reddit? Because I didn't see that. And if it was on like Myron Gaines X or something like that, I definitely didn't see it. Because I like I said, I only watch clips, and I want to say I was in the middle of doing something and I saw the Auburn Preach video. I was like, oh shit. Like it's crazy how, like, the last stream I was saying how we all know that the relationship between Myron and Angie is just like, it's just for show. It's just to shield him from the not gays, to kind of give him credibility. Like, yes, what I do and the way that I run my relationship, it does work. You can achieve this. You can have a woman that basically will pack your condoms and basically clean up after your mess and stuff and let you sleep with multiple women and everything. But you got to have the right value and stuff like that. But it's now coming crashing down that no, it really does not matter how much money you have if you don't pay her any attention. And, you know, the whole thing about them sleeping together, whether they sleep together or not, that question was asked during the call-in show, and all Myron could talk about was the time when he was in college with Eric, you know, and how that was played a prank. I'm like, wait a minute, you never answered the question. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll cue up that clip as well. But that was something I was like, I was really gonna see how does Myron answer this, but he never answered it. And it was of course it was a softball question hurled by Fresh, and then Fresh like never really pressed him on it. So because yeah, I was just like, well, Fresh, he's not gonna press his boy. That's just whatever it is. Cookman came back, he says, yep, it's on Reddit. Okay, nice. It'll be easy to find then. This is your Red Pill King, man. This was a funny one, man. I can't wait to watch this
as well. And they were calling him out because basically the first lady that you had a relationship with, a real relationship with, you got dumped. So this was the clip that basically he was responding to.
Well, when was the last time you had a girlfriend prior to Angie?
Not really.
Because you've never had a girlfriend in your life until you dated a foreign girl.
Not like yeah.
So then Myron comes to his own defense by saying this.
When I said not like and I didn't get to finish, When I say a serious girlfriend, I'm talking about I supported her. I took care of her. She was like a real main chick, right? Like a real girlfriend, not a girl like I was just like hooking up with.
So he's admitting here, the other women that I was dealing with, look, I was kind of just clapping those cheeks. But when it came to her, I actually was providing for her. But wait, there's more.
People say, oh, look, he's admitting that he's never had a girlfriend before. But I'm telling you guys, like you guys have seen girls on the stream before that I've dealt with. But when it comes to that context, what I'm saying is a girl that I'm supporting.
Yes.
That I'm being a provider for. Angie was the first one.
He repeats the same concept again here. Look, I was really providing for.
Yeah, but okay, so the girls that aren't your actual girlfriend, you're still kind of supporting because you're paying for them, right? You know, it's like you're not just getting them off of like your clout or your charm. You're probably paying for box. Like I know this probably hasn't been hurled at Myron that he pays for box, but I'm pretty sure he pays for box as well. And being on what's it called, the whatever that site is, the seeking arrangements or whatever, like he has to pay to be on that site. And then when he messages girls and stuff, I'm sure he's just like, well, come on the podcast, whatever. And then he gets them drunk. And then, you know, I'm pretty sure like things have gone down. And he's manipulated ways for, you know, to get in there without having to pay. But I'm sure he still has had to pay at the end just to like keep people quiet and shit. So I'm not going to put it past him. I'm pretty sure that is something that has gone down or has transpired. And yeah, so this whole thing like, oh, Angie was my like first girl that actually like wanted to support and everything like that. That's probably there probably is a fact, but as far as the other girls that maybe he just pulled or whatever, I'm pretty sure he had to not support, but he definitely had to pay in some form or fashion
for Angie, taking care of Angie. Now,
yes, Mr. Triple Text Myron. Yeah. And believe me, I'm sure, you know, you got to shoot your shot. You got to definitely, you know, just, I don't know, not have everything come online, you know, because yeah, that girl that said that he triple texted her, that was a bad exposure. That was real bad, and it really backfired. It made Myron look real dumb, and yeah, dude, she came with receipts, and I remember all of that was on Reddit. The entire conversation on Myron's side and that girl's side was completely leaked, and yeah, man, that shit was hilarious. But you know, Reddit won't forget, and you know, the internet doesn't forget. So, but he has these diehard supporters that just look the other way and they just keep making excuses for him.
This is something that's interesting because, you know, if basically he's the guy that is taking care of a lady like this, then how is it that a guy with LED lights and rollerblades was able to take her from you?
Rollerblade Rico, man, or Don Juan, whatever you want to call him. You know, it just goes to show this whole like high value man, getting your money and your fitness and all this stuff like that on point. It doesn't matter if you don't like take care of your relationship, if you don't pay attention to her, if you don't give her any attention and you just, you know, focus on your work and put her in the background, you know, like eventually. And then, you know, the whole thing about being public about your relationship and then kind of putting Angie down by saying that she packs my condoms, she's monogamous on her end, she's loyal to me, and I can do whatever I want. It's like, that's the kind of stuff that if that's your situation, you don't need to say it, you know, like don't embarrass her. If you embarrass her, she has every right to leave, you know. I think she would have been okay with the arrangement if Myron didn't make it so public. That's literally the deal. And the reason, her reason for, what this is what he said in the call-in show, was that she wanted kids, you know, and I think she's like 28. She's getting up there or something. And yeah, she wanted kids. Or maybe she's older than that. Is she older than that? Is she like, I don't know. Oh, okay, hold on. Coke Benny, he just gave me a question. But no, yeah. So Myron didn't want to give her a family. He didn't want to give her any children and stuff like that. He said that he wants. There's still a number that of money that he wants, or wealth or whatever, that he wants to reach before he can decide to have a family. And I don't think it was ever going to happen, honestly. You know, it's like things will never be exactly perfect, you know, when you have kids. By the time that he probably reaches his goal, she's probably going to age out and be like high risk and all this stuff. And she's just like, man, she's already wasted like 2 to 3 years being with Myron and with no future in sight. So, yeah, I mean, I don't blame Angie for leaving and doing what she did, you know? I mean, you only live once, man. And I think for women got to get their ducks in a row a lot sooner than men. Men, we can play around, we can chase our dreams, and we can put things off, and it's we got a lot more time on our side. But because the Code Committee says, what do you call a German saying no to 2 Mexicans? What do you call a German saying no to 2 Mexicans? I mean, the German word for no is nein, so I don't know. What is it? 99999. 911. Damn. 911. That's good, bro. Good job, sir. That was nice. You know, and that's the thing, man. I would not be surprised if Angie ends up like pregnant within next couple months, because you know, man, Mexicans they're quick. They're very quick. And I mean, I'm not saying Angie's Mexican. I'm saying the guy is I believe is of Mexican descent, and she's Venezuelan. So yeah, it's probably going to be quick, fast, and in a hurry. And yeah, I mean, at least every Mexican I know, they usually have like 3 or 4 kids, you know, within like the first year. It's crazy. They have a lot of kids. But let's keep going.
I mean, again, you brag about how much money you have. You brag about this. You brag about that. This is what you're saying. But you still lost your lady to what it appears to be an average guy. And this is something that has to be discussed here, you know, in the red pill or in the manosphere. This whole idea that you have money, you have fame, you have clout, that gets you in, right? But it doesn't keep you. There's not enough attention on how nice are you to somebody, right? How do you treat somebody? What's their incentive of staying with you? Having money and all of that is great. But listen, a woman can go from a guy that's broke to a guy that has nothing and can definitely feel very, very good about her decision by being happy with a guy who don't have anything. It happens all the time. And also, here's the other problem of what he's talking about. He was saying that, look, you're spending money on this chick, right?
He's right, you know.
Well, then explain to me how she left you in New York, flew all the way to Orlando, Florida, while you were then looking out for her and still sleeping with another guy. Again, you were the one bragging about the fact that you could sleep with other chicks and she could not. But how was it that
Now, Myron has addressed this, and I don't know if it's true or not. But what he has said is that Angie never cheated because they were already broken up at this point. So her going down to Orlando to go to this roller skating thing, to go roller skate Rico, it was pretty much in line, I guess, in terms of the timeline. Now, I don't believe this. I really don't know for sure. Okay. I can only tell you what Myron has said. And we know Myron has lied in the past to make himself look good to his followers. What he said is that they had been broken up for months. And I don't know. I don't know the timeline well enough to let you know if what he's saying is true. I mean, he said Angie was a good girl and that she never cheated on him and that they were already broken up, but she was still working for him. So that's what he said. That's what he's saying, that a lot of these people, Abba and Preach, everybody that are making videos is getting this wrong. So and nobody's addressing that part. So I will be the first one to say that this is what Myron has said, but I don't believe it. I believe that their relationship has been over. But they, she was just like, maybe. I think it's a good possibility that she was going to look for something else, even though he was still supporting her. I think that's a great possibility of happening. Coke Bay says he also brags about him paying Auburn Preach's bills by making videos about them. But at the end of the day, they're still getting paid while they're not. So is that really something we brag about? Yeah, that's true. That's what he said. Myron said that he's responsible for Abba's mom getting that new house and all the stuff like that. And he's like, look, I'm a hard worker, so I'm always going to give them content to make money and everything like that. But I think what they said that they're going to start doing, they're going to start only streaming on Kick and Rumble after, I guess, I don't know, after today or something like that. They said that, but they said they still got to do a little bit of videos on YouTube and everything, because that's where like a lot of discovery happens. And they keep saying that. They keep saying they're going to drop YouTube completely, but because, yeah, they're basically, they kept getting denied to get remonetized, and they're just like, they're done with YouTube. But they're going to continue making videos, and I think Walter is still going to continue making videos on his podcast on YouTube. So we'll see. They say a lot of stuff. They actually said they were quitting YouTube like twice, like a year ago. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Same time that she was with you in New York, left you in New York to go kick it with another dude in Orlando. It just doesn't make sense.
This is why when I say that, like, these YouTube channels, like these reaction are scumbags and liars, guys, I hate to knock the wind out your sails. Me and Angie haven't been together for the most part of this year. Okay.
Now again, he's trying to
save face. He's trying to save face. That would probably be the perfect line to say in order for him to be like, look, this is why I'm not bothered, because she never cheated on me. Okay. Like, she was a good girl, loyal to the end. So you guys don't spread this lie that she cheated on me, because yeah, that would make him look horrible if, actually, I mean, a lot of people are calling him a cuck and a simp and stuff for basically putting her up and like not sleeping with her and like not really paying any attention to her, basically just keeping her around so that she can have the image of, a relationship. But yeah, this is obviously blowing up in his face now, because now he has to backtrack and make sure that he is setting the correct narrative so that nobody can have any questions or come at him for any type of criticism. When I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. People that are really like invested are going to probably line up the timelines of things that you said and then throw it back at you, and then you really have to really answer to that shit. I mean, probably not going to be me, but there are people that have already made videos like with timelines and everything, and it's wild. Reddit is a wild place, dude, and the people that are on Length of Girth, they're really diving into this right now, and they're probably pissed because because Myron wasn't forthcoming about what was going on. He was just, which, to me, being on the outside looking at this, it makes sense. It makes sense to me why he wouldn't do it, because he doesn't want to look bad, first of all, because he knows that people are going to call him like a cuck or a simp or whatever for basically putting her up and then, having her go and leave him in New York to go see this other guy and everything. It's a bad look. It's a bad look any way you slice it. But then for him, if he can just tell the narrative that, no, we've been broken up for months, whatever, she was just still working for me because, she brought a lot of value and stuff like that. And then she can make a clean break. He was trying to hire other people to basically fill the duties that she was doing. I mean, I can see the whole mindset of like, look, we have to course correct this because this can really tarnish the brand. This is almost worse than the Daisy situation or the Miranda situation or whatever in terms of credibility. Okay. I mean, Myron's credibility in terms of like a relationship is already kind of on shaky ground for him being so late to the game. It just seems like this whole thing about the nuclear family being the most important thing, and then you lose Angie because she wanted to have a nuclear family, but you were like, no, even though you bring so much value to me, and you're loyal and all this other stuff. When if that really isn't the case, it makes sense why it was easy for him to drop it. If we are just like going off of what Myron says, it's like you're believing two things at once. You're believing that, okay, she's this good girl that offers a lot of value to him, but then at the same time, she's willing to walk away from him even though he provides all this value. So it's just almost like, what's the truth? The truth has got to be somewhere in the middle there. XO Charles, welcome to the stream, sir. How are you, sir? Yo, what's up, everybody? Glad you could make it, Mr. XO Charles. We were just diving into this this relationship has now ended, man, and now Myron is I wrote this on a comment somewhere. The saying, the emperor has no clothes. I wrote, the red pill purrer has no hose. And it's true, man. It sucks. No hose, bro.
Say we haven't been together for the better part of this year, okay? But then if you haven't been with her for the better part of this year, why did you post this on May 13th?
Solo cast tomorrow? Yeah, Angie won't be here, unfortunately. I wish she was here, but she's got to leave.
So the reality is, if you haven't been together for the better part of this year, why do you let your audience believe that you are still together? Okay, you keep bringing her on your show. So number one, if you haven't been together for the better part of this year, but you've introduced her to your audience and you lead your audience to believe that you're together.
Oh, this clip that he's talking over right now, it was something I was just thinking about. So I'm sure you guys remember there were some fans that saw Angie out in, like, I guess, I don't know, out and about, whatever, and they recognized her. So they said, Angie Gaines. So she's telling this story. This is the video that's going on right now. And she's telling the story on the podcast, and she's like, no, don't call me that. Don't call me that. And I remember Myron was like, yeah, it's like, that's pretty funny that, she's like, we're definitely not getting married or whatever. But that was like, it was like, okay, so maybe these were just seeds that were going to be planted in the future that, like, yeah, they were never going to get married. It was just kind of an arrangement that, like, look, I will put you up in a place where you don't have to work. All you got to do is just help me out on my streams and also, with my real estate and stuff like that. And just pretend to be my girlfriend, and I will pay for everything. And, that way, anybody that wants to come at me and saying like, oh, you have all these crazy views about women, do you even have a girlfriend? I can say I can, I do, because, you're there. So yeah, it just makes sense, man. It makes sense why he did this. It's just so simple, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's a lot of work, actually. It's a lot of work to like fake a relationship than actually to be in one, But Myron, he's willing to take the long road and do everything he can to project an image than to actually be it.
Then that makes you a liar. It makes you deceitful, okay? So that means that you are having her on as a girlfriend on the show, when in the reality, you guys are not together. And if you are not together, why don't you come back and tell the people out there that, listen, me and Angie broke up, we're just friends. But no, we had to find out because you were lying. You didn't.
And this was going further back with, like, even when Daisy and Fresh were together. Daisy said that she said that Angie told her that they don't sleep together, that it's literally just for show. And they just don't, they don't sleep together. So that question was brought up in the past call-in show, like the one that happened on Friday. Somebody had asked, and Fresh read out the question, and Myron never addressed it. We're going to get to it. I promise. I'm going to remember that. Because it's just like, I'm just waiting. I actually listened to the entire podcast on YouTube, and I think I listened to it on Rumble too, because but one of the last callers that called in said he was a hater, and he had, like, I think 4 questions, and Myron like asked the guy to repeat it. He wrote it down, and then he's like, all right, guys, well, we're gonna go on Rumble and OSS and all this other stuff like that. So I never actually got to see like the answer to the last caller's question because he wanted to make it something exclusive. So it's not on Rumble either. It literally cuts off right there. And so I don't know. I'm pretty sure that stuff will get leaked anyway eventually on Reddit because it always does. So, but yeah, he never answered the question about them sleeping together. And I guess the gay thing also got brought up too, and he just felt like I can explain that. So he went straight into the whole thing with Eric and his college days and all that stuff. I was like, dude, we've heard this before, man. We've heard it, man. Just talk about right now. Have you ever slept with Angie?
I want to admit that Angie was no longer really interested in you, and you said we haven't been together for the better part of this year, but the better part of this year couldn't have been May 15th because we've only had 8 months. So that means May is like 5 months into the year. We're in August. So if you haven't been together for the better part of this year, you were definitely in New York City together on May 13th. Like your lives are just not making sense.
Exactly. That's the thing. The timeline is too short because they were still like putting up this facade all the way up until May. So you got May, June, July, and then August. So that's the thing. I don't really keep up, man. I don't keep up with what he was doing. Like I was catching only the clips, but I do remember when he was covering the Diddy case, and I do remember her being there and then saying that she had to leave and stuff to go do her little rollerblading thing. I remember that. So that wasn't that long ago. But then for him to say that we've been broken up for months could be 2 months, 3 months, but he's saying the better part of a year. So that's got to be at least 5 months, 5 or 6 months or more. But it just makes sense. It makes sense why he would still go along with this, like just play along that we're still together, because it would tank the podcast. People would not think he has any credibility whatsoever if he gets dumped right then and there. He's just like, please stay. I can already see that how that whole thing happened.
Let's go to the next part. Now, the next part, well, somebody asked in the comments, well, Myron, if y'all wasn't together for the better part of the year, why was she around? This is literally a question that was asked in the chat. And Myron says this.
So she did a lot of things behind the scenes for me, guys. And obviously, I had to slowly kind of start moving these duties over to other people.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen overnight, especially, and she would also make sure my bills were paid for my properties. Guys, maintaining 20 properties and making sure the water bills are paid for each, making sure that the electric bill is paid for each, making sure that you're collecting rent from everybody on time, and that people are delinquent following up. Bro, that's an enormous amount of work.
So what he's saying is, listen, man, Angie speaks Spanish. That was before this clip happened, but she speaks Spanish. I have tenants. He says he has over 20 homes, which I think is...
Stop the cap.
Yeah, I don't believe that. But she did things like clean up, pay the bills, checked on tenants, helped Fresh out with the dog, helped Myron out with the dog. All right? Because she's no longer together with you anymore, it's hard for you to pass those duties on to somebody else. Well, let me just say this. If you own a house or houses, then aren't there people that can do that for you? I'm pretty sure. There are companies that literally pay.
Yeah, but Myron doesn't want to pay anybody. He would rather just pay Angie to do that. He doesn't want to. There's only so many people that he can trust, and I'm pretty sure since Myron doesn't go outside, he doesn't really socialize with people, network, and anything like that. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's going to want to keep people, his inner circle, whatever, pretty small. And, if he needs graphics, he's going to call Bills and stuff like that for anything for social media. If he needs anything with audio, music, whatever, he's going to call Big Mo. If he's going to do anything with real estate and stuff, he's going to ask Angie, whatever, because Angie's good at, I guess, accounting, I guess. So, yeah, that's going to be, it just makes sense. I don't know what he does for Fresh. Fresh is there. He networks, but it makes sense that he would keep everything in-house and not try to hire somebody on the outside, because he probably doesn't trust anybody. So it makes sense. And he can probably pay Angie a lot less than he would pay an actual person to actually run his properties.
The bills for you. Pay water bills, a check on tenants. Oh, That's right. It's called a property manager. Yes, because property managers literally do all of those things. They check on tenants. They make sure your place is clean. They pay bills. If you're so rich, why are you doing it with Angie? Oh, it seems like you're exploiting Angie. Let me just say this, right? I'm okay with women being feminine, but if I had a girlfriend living in Miami, there's no way that my girlfriend's going to be cleaning up the studio, watching Fresh's dogs, doing all of these different things. You have her doing all of this work, and this is exactly what you would expect somebody to do for a woman that's an immigrant. You're treating her like that. Like you wouldn't have an American lady do that at all, right? None of us can say that we have an American woman that's our girlfriend. We're having her clean up, pay bills, check on tenants, because you don't want to pay a property manager to do that. So you have her doing it. So you're basically using her then, right?
Damn.
Literally what I just said. It's just easy. It's cheaper to just pay her to do it because she's not going to have any frame of reference in terms of what she's actually supposed to earn for that type of position. So, I mean, if he definitely doesn't want to pay somebody who has the expertise and do that because it's gonna be a lot more money. So yeah, he can save money by having Angie do this.
And here's another part. They're basically going to come out and say, listen, guys, Angie took a lot of stress from being Myron's girlfriend. Okay. People stalked her. They did all kind of bad things to her.
So what she went through, fellas, is pure pain for Myron. And to still be there for 3 years after that, it's tough.
Yeah, she dealt with a lot.
Harassed, stalked. Bro, that's some real shit, bro.
Bro, she dealt with a lot, man. She dealt with a lot. So the reason why I did a lot of this behind the scenes was to protect her, bro.
Yeah.
So it's probably true. Being Myron's girlfriend and introducing Angie to the Fresh and Fit audience did come with a certain level of backlash. That's true. But if that's true, then how do you explain this?
Myron repeatedly mentions his girlfriend during debates, during discussions, just be like, what, you think a guy like me can't have a girlfriend? And now all of a sudden that shit's falling apart. He's hiding it.
Do you have a missus? Do you have a girl?
That's irrelevant to the question.
Do you have a wife? Do you have a girlfriend? That's what I thought.
Shout out to Auburn Preach for this, right? Because what are they saying? Auburn Preach is saying, well, when you guys were breaking up, you didn't want to admit it. But when you were together, you were always bragging about her all the time.
Yeah, he was always saying, oh yeah, she's better looking than all of you. No offense, he would say that. He would say that she basically, packs the condoms. She's loyal. Our relationship is basically like it's open on my end, closed on her end. You need to find a woman that's like Angie, a woman that will basically, add value to your life. And dude, he was happy. He was happy with her, because she basically filled that role and she portrayed the image of what you could have. And, it was, the thing is, man, having it all fall apart like this and knowing now that it doesn't matter what money you have, how much clout you have, it's like at the end of the day, a woman has needs. And if you can't provide for her in that way, or you can't, give her ultimate goal is, to have a family and children and stuff like that and be married and stuff, and you just can't do that, then yeah, dude, it's like she's just wasting her time. It's so simple to see why she made the move that she did, because it's just like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much, clout and all this other stuff. It's there was no sunset. There was no sunset to ride off into. It was just going to be more and more of the same, and she was just have to be patient. And eventually she was going to pretty much age out, and he was probably going to trade her up for somebody younger. And that would have been it for her. So she's like, look, I might as well just cut loose while I'm still young and attractive and see what I can do with Mr. Rollerblade Rico. And look, it worked out because look, they're holding hands. Everything's cool. So
you see, the reality is we as content creators know that if we introduce girlfriends or wives to the audience, they will get trolled. All right. So then if you really cared about her, you wouldn't put her out there publicly. You had her on the podcast. You had her talking about controversial stuff. And once she didn't want you anymore and people started confronting you based on that, all of a sudden now you don't want to talk about the situation, which is weak. Now, I've been on YouTube for 10 years, all right? I've had relationships and girlfriends, and it's only been a few times where I've posted who I was dating and everything. But normally, I just won't do it for the sake of my own personal relationship and for the sake of the lady that I'm dealing with. She doesn't need to suffer basically because of what I'm saying online. And what makes this worse is that you have her online saying controversial things on Twitter or X. You have her saying controversial things on her podcast. And so, yeah, if she's getting harassed, it's only because you're using her for views. And now you can't use her for views anymore because she's now in a happy relationship with probably somebody from her community. Now you don't want to go ahead on and address it. And you would have never addressed it until somebody made you do it.
Yeah, Abba and Preach, their video went crazy viral, and then they got a lot of their information from Reddit. The guy that basically made the little mashup timeline of the whole thing with Angie going down to Orlando and the timing and stuff, and then the pictures and everything, all that stuff was compiled together, and it just was like Myron had no choice. He had to address it because everybody was asking him questions about it. And I don't know, man. I mean, good on Myron for getting ahead of it and trying to flip the narrative and not have all of this. I mean, whether it's misinformation or not, that's something that really you're gonna have to kind of listen to both sides. You're gonna listen to what Myron says, and then you're gonna have to listen to what the evidence says, and then just kind of come to your own conclusion. I'm not really one to just believe someone's evidence and not listen to the other guy's story. But when you got somebody who's not as credible as Myron, because I understand Myron's whole angle. His angle is that he needs to portray himself as a high value man that can be in control of his life, and every choice and everything that he's made, it was his choice to basically step away from Angie because he thought that it was more important to try to appeal to young men and also try to, troll women on the internet and, I don't know, be edgy and stuff. He would rather do that than to settle down and have a family. It's more important to him. So, I mean, to each their own. I would probably give it maybe 4 or 5 years. He's gonna maybe even sooner than that. He's gonna regret what he did, and he's gonna be like, "Shit, I really lost a good one." But as of right now, he's just acting like, "Oh yeah, this was the right decision for me." The mission comes first and all this other stuff. I'm just like, dude, I know you're crying in the car right now. Or you're not even crying in the car. You're crying in the studio because you don't leave the house, and I mean, I know he regrets it, and the whole thing about the whole rollerblade Rico, I know that guy, he posted that video because he doesn't have loyalty to Myron and all this stuff. It's just he's just happy to be in a relationship. So, good for him.
Reality is that Myron is a fraud. All right. Another lie to his audience. He's been a liar. He's a relationship fraud. The woman doesn't want him. Nobody else wants him. And he basically got played. He lost to a guy who wears LED rollerblades. Now, the lady got tired of being used, doing everything for him. Probably he's clapping her cheeks. He's having her cook and clean and check on properties. Nothing wrong with cooking and cleaning and stuff, but if she has to come and clean your studio, bro, you don't have anybody to pay to clean your studio. You won't pay a property manager. You're hella cheap. That's exactly why.
I'm pretty sure you could find anybody on the internet to basically come by and clean your place. And if you wanted to have them clean your place in lingerie or a bathing suit, they'd probably do it in Miami. So it's yeah, you don't have to. Well, that's the thing. He's cheap. He's not going to do that. He would consider that paying for box or whatever. It's just come on, man. You got all this money. What are you saving it for, man? You're not saving it for a family, He did say I'm trying to build this empire and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, you got delusions of grandeur, man. It's you're working for free on YouTube. You're working for pennies on Rumble. You know, you're trying to keep something alive, you know. I mean, I get it, you have all this drive, but when are you going to hang it up and realize that, you know, what really matters to you? What is like your ultimate goal at the end of all this? You know, is it to be rich and famous? Is it to be a positive impact, whatever? Or is it to settle out and get in, you know, have a family and stuff, you know? All the stuff that you preach that is like the backbone of society and stuff. It doesn't make any sense. It's like you can't preach one thing and do something else, or I guess go against your own teachings and stuff. It's very hypocritical.
Nobody wants to deal with you because you're unappreciative. Like, I mean, I live in Uganda, and of course a woman would do that here, but I wouldn't even ask a woman to do that here. Like, it wouldn't even make any sense. Not a woman that you say is so great and so special, and then at the same time, you're able to go.
Exo Charles came back. He says, Angie got tired of picking up old used rubbers off the floor. God damn. Oh, man. Oh, that's gross, dude. No, but it's true. It's true. You know what Angie said? Because I remember Angie did that long post, and, you know, she said that this whole thing about like packing condoms and everything like that. She's like, look, I understand that he is going to do what he does when he leaves and stuff. I just want to make sure that he's safe. But she said, like, what he does and what he does, where he, you know, sicks his dick and stuff like that, that's none of her business. She doesn't have a say in it. She's like, I know. She's like, she said, I know it's not, I'm not like in a perfect relationship and stuff like that. But she said it took me time to understand, like, to basically not care, you know, to not care about what he does and being disrespected and stuff like that. So yeah, she had to kind of acquiesce to that type of situation, and I'm sure it was not easy for her. But then she realized that, you know, she has her own life too, man. Like, she has her own value, and she can give it to somebody that's actually going to appreciate it. So look, I'm happy. I'm happy that this happened. You know, not. I mean, I get it that it sucks when you're in a relationship and then it ends and stuff like that. I'm not happy about that. I'm happy that Angie is finally like free from like this type of situation. Because I mean, it can't be fulfilling. You know. It's like, I don't think anybody deserves to be in a relationship where they're constantly disrespected publicly online. And like, I can literally think of like things off the top of my head of what Myron has said about Angie to look cool to his audience of like young teenage men that he's just trying to impress, you know? And I don't think that's worth it. I'm glad she's out of it. You know, now she probably has somebody that appreciates her, you know. And you know, that's the thing, the guy that she's with now, the guy is of Latin descent, whatever, and you know, they have probably a little more in common. So yeah,
want to sleep with whoever you want to, and then you don't want to spend any time with her. Bro, the jig is up, man. You keep having to address these things because the longer and longer we continue to know about you, the longer and longer we know that you're a fraud. Guys,
that was good. I mean, shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson, man. Like, he's kind of had his knee on Fresh and Fit's necks like front since like the very beginning, since, you know, Kevin Samuel time. And it just seems that it's very true. The more you know about what happens and the way that they deal with things and the way that they address their audience and stuff, the more you'll see that a lot of it is just a facade, you know. Like, if you can't hang on every word of what Fresh and Fit say. You gotta really do your research and think about it. I mean, the thing is, if you don't care, you don't care. I'm one of those people, like, dude, it's like, this stuff happens, man. Like, I don't even, like, I get this whole thing, like, you know, it does suck when you get broken up with, but if you kind of deserve it, man, you kind of deserve it, dude. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think Myron, this is not going to be good for him. He's basically going to now he's going to lean more into the incel crowd now. It's about to be like super incel rage now. So now we're going to go to the Auburn Preach video. And yeah, I can't wait, dude. This is gonna be great. This is, you already know. Those who haven't seen this is gonna be great. So we're gonna go through it. Does anybody? What was it? Coke Benny is in here. Let me see who else is in here. I'm gonna check. If you guys are still in here, man, let me know, man, because this is something that I would like to have a live conversation about. I can see if I can open up the Discord too. Just let me know if you guys want to or not. But let's get into this. You guys message me in the chat if you guys want to have a live. If you want to join the live and we can talk about this.
Again!
And sure enough, just in time, Fresh and Fit got some. Myron has a girlfriend.
Well, when was the last time you had a girlfriend prior to Angie?
Not really.
Because
No.
you've never had a girlfriend in your life until you dated a foreign girl.
Not like a, yeah.
You know, me and Preach took a break to go booty queef in foreign countries, but we're back.
Booty queef. Oh man, you guys remember the Fresh and Fit ferry boat cruise? The thing that was like it started off as $1,000 and it jumped up to $4,000 and yeah, they were only able to dance around with a bunch of other men, and all the women were basically there for the free drinks, and then they left. And yeah, it was like they never really left the dock. They just kind of, you know, did a little circle around the bay, and then they came back in, and everybody had to get the fuck off. And they videotaped everything, and Fresh was like, yeah, it was like a movie. Dude, that was the funniest shit ever, bro. I was like, God damn, dude, this is fucking sad. And I know anybody that joined that thing, that yacht party, or yacht party, the influence that was the OnlyFans cruise, because I remember it was marketed to women as an OnlyFans cruise, and it was marketed to men as like a network opportunity. That there was going to be celebrities, there was going to be DJ Academics and Sneeko and all. There was nobody there, man. It was just a bunch of dudes hanging out with each other, booty queefing it up. So yeah.
Booty queef. Ordinarily, people go through breakups all the time. Nobody should care. But Myron loves to use his unconventional, monogamous on her end, open on mine relationship to prove that his ideology works.
I do what the fuck I want to do. She's loyal to me. It's monogamous on her end, open on my end. You know who's fucking smart? My fucking girlfriend is smart, man. Down to Marco.
She lives a great fucking life, and she's a beautiful girl. She's hotter than all the girls here.
Bro, if I'm being 1,000, my girl's better than all you fucking girls. No, she shuts the hell up. She cooks and cleans when I ask.
Said if you make enough money, if you look the way I look, you can get everything you want.
If you got a guy that checks off all the boxes, you got to pay the price for that man checking all those boxes. He didn't check.
Wait, he checking off all the boxes. Okay, Myron doesn't sleep with her. He doesn't eat box. He probably is not the kind of guy to like take her out and stuff like that, like to actually do anything with her and stuff. Like, I mean, I think I maybe saw like one or two videos of them, like either at like some golf. They were I think they were like Top Golf or something like that, and then like something with their dogs, whatever, like that. That was it. There was really nothing that was you know, they didn't really go and do anything special. It was just like, you know, she was just there, like part of the podcast and everything, like just helping him do his work. And that's all he was focusing on, was the work. It wasn't, I mean, the relationship took a back seat to the podcast. So
all those boxes off to just fuck you. She packs my fucking condoms when I travel. That's how real it is.
Dude, the ego here. The ego is just like, you don't understand how bad that makes her sound by saying that. Like, yeah, you think you sound cool to like all these like teenage boys, whatever. Like, oh yeah, you could have that too. You just got to be like me. And it really, you know, what is really true behind the scenes is that no, man, she's probably slowly resenting this, and she's getting more and more embarrassed by you making this more public. And of course, people are clipping it up, and she's probably seeing it over and over again. Yeah, it can't be bad. That can't be good, man.
1 year into his new relationship, we come to find out this Venezuelan immigrant who's likely to be deported found love with somebody else. That's right. She went to Home Depot, found herself a hard-working construction worker, and now
that's fucked up, dude. I mean, damn, dude. Okay, so Myron did address this about her being Venezuelan and stuff like that. She was actually legal, okay? So none of this, like, you know, she needs to be married and so that she can stay in the United States. Apparently, she was already working. She's legal to work. So that whole claim that Abba said, unfortunately, is not true. Or so Myron says. It's not true. She was legal to work, and she's there's no threat of her being Deported, okay? Even in Trump's America, I'm sure she has her papers. But Kava says there was no way it was going to last. Myron is probably going to stay single for the rest of his life because of his Reddit. Absolutely, bro. It's going to be like, you know what it's going to be? He's going to have to be single for the rest of his life. And like I told you, like I told everybody, is that he is now going to push for men to be single now. He's going to steer it in a way to where it's like, no, this is really like, I'm in control of my life now. I don't have to answer to nobody. It's really nice. You know, I get to do whatever I want. He can say whatever he wants. He's like, look, I get to sleep with a different girl every night. It's awesome. You know, being single is the best. Being married is stupid. When I'm just like, dude, didn't you say the nuclear family is like one of the backbone of society and stuff like that? But now you're going to lean towards this other angle that no, being single, you guys gotta stay single, whatever. It's like, dude, what's the point of making all this money and being successful and all this stuff if you can't have someone to share it with? You know, it's like your legacy is going to die with you. Okay, if you don't have anybody to pass that down to, unless who are you going to pass it down to? You know, you're going to pass it down to Fresh and his mom. You know, it's like, what are you going to do? I don't know, man. That's the thing. It's like, I think men want a legacy. I've said this, you know, I think that's really our ultimate goal, is to reproduce and be with a woman and, you know, have a family and build a legacy. You know, if you can build an empire while you're doing that, it's possible. If you just focus on the empire and yeah, you make it, something could happen. You can have a heart attack from all the stress and stuff of chasing your dream and diving into your work and working those long hours. And then you keel over. And then what's it all for, man? You got nobody. You got nobody to be around you in your time of need because you didn't take the time for that. You know, you were just like, no, I'm going to just keep plowing forward with my mission. And that's what I'm going to tell all the young men that follow me, is to stay true to your mission, because that's the most important thing. Women will come and go, but your mission is always there. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I think you should still have your goals, yes, but I think it's a balancing act. Life is a balancing act, you know, and all work and no play, man, makes you a dull person. I'll tell you that. That's a true statement.
They rollerblade together. And I'm just so glad that under the cloud of ice, these two could find love. That being said, coconuts in Barbados. Myron repeatedly mentions his girlfriend during debates, during discussions, to be like, what, you think a guy like me can't have a girlfriend? And now all of a sudden that shit's falling apart. He's hiding it.
Do you have a missus? Do you have a girl?
That's irrelevant to the question.
Do you have a wife? Do you have a girlfriend? That's what I thought.
Bro, don't you have like a girlfriend or like a wife or something? Like somebody you
All right, bro, we
appreciate?
went over this a million times. Like me being here as a single guy, right, in the city, whatever, in the best. Bro, the other conversation.
Oh, Myron, who's Angie?
You know what, man? This is crazy, bro.
Well,
What did Angie say?
This is
I said, Myron, are you still with Angie? Oh.
See, the people are starting to ask him questions live on stream in front of other women, you know, that he's trying to, you know, be this guy that, yeah, I can get whoever I want. And now he's getting exposed and he's having to really try to think on his feet. Like, what can I say to kind of turn this around? And he's folding. He's getting to the point where he can't say anything. He's just going to kind of dodge it and be like, yeah, this is, you know, listen to what he says.
absolutely nuts that women don't.
He's got nothing. He's got nothing, dude. He's like, women they got nothing. This is like, sheesh.
Keep that same energy, boy. I thought your shit works. What happened?
Did went out a couple of times with Angie. She's nice, you know.
K5, welcome to the stream. I saw this earlier today. Yeah, bro, this was fucking hilarious, man. I saw this morning. I was like, God damn, dude. I had no idea that it happened. I predicted that, you know, it was going to eventually fall apart, but I didn't think that it had fallen apart months ago. According to Myron, they've been separated for months, but they've been keeping up the facade for longer. So Good to see you, man. What's up, Camp? Yeah, just chilling, brother. Another Saturday night with the Hustlers, brother. After this video, man, if you guys want to jump on stream and we can have a little conversation, man, I'm down, because this is the thing. Like, your whole empire that you're trying to build and stuff in terms of like your identity, and like you're trying to help men like be successful with like money and women and all that stuff like that. It's a bad look when your woman leaves you for Rollerblade Rico, you know, who obviously doesn't have the clout, doesn't have the money, you know, like, yeah, he has similar interests, and maybe that's enough, you know, and he's also part of the same community as her, so they have common interests, you know. All I'll say is just, you know, don't neglect the person you're with, you know. Make sure you know, if they take care of you, that you take care of them, you know. You reciprocate, and you know, you make them feel wanted, you know, or needed. And of course, you know, a red pill guy be like, yeah, I don't need to have a woman, I just want to have a woman, or whatever like that, or whatever. I can have multiple women if this one wants to act up. What does Myron always say? A woman only gets in line. No, what does he say? A woman only acts right or gets in line when there's when there's other women in line. That's what he says. Something like that. I kind of butchered that. It's just like, no, man, that's not real, dude. Like, if you have a couple women in line, then the woman that you're with is going to get out of line. You know, she's going to be like, fuck this, you know, like it just, there's no like amount of money that you can have, status or clout, or whatever, where a woman will just like, unless there's an agreement and you're upfront and she's okay with it. But honestly, I don't know a woman that has any type of self-respect for herself to want to go through that, or a woman that would tell you, oh yeah, that's fine, I'll agree to this agreement, and then she still has something on the side. She still does her thing on the side with Rollerblade Rico as you're like cooped up in your house on your live stream doing what you think is like, yeah, I'm the man, when really, no, you haven't seen your girl in a while, and you're wondering where she's at because she told you she was at her mom's house, when really she was at her parents' house. maybe she was calling the guy Poppy, and that's what she told you. She was at her dad's house, but that's what you interpreted it as.
It was nice, and she told me the stuff that was happening between them. Clearly, they don't have sex at all. Yeah.
So wait, no. These guys are worse than tricks. So you're not even hitting it, and you paying all the bills, and she laying with a.
But then again, Daisy Chen is kind of, I can't really trust her either.
I just got here from work, and we never have sexual relationships, guys. Like, you should stop with this.
Wait, we gotta read that super chat, because that super chat was very, very important. Hold on, let's go back. That was 250. Yeah, let's go back here. I gotta see this. Cookman says, well, at least she didn't leave him for Mutombo. Dude, that would be crazy. And you know what? Myron is already racist. If she left him for like a black dude, that would be crazy. That would be crazy irony for this entire situation. Like, she would be like, oh yeah. Because I mean, yeah, that would be horrible, dude. That would be traumatic for Myron, because Myron, dude, he'd probably have to burn the clan hood, because that was something that she made for him, and he would probably have to come up with a whole new one, you know?
That's her either.
I just got here.
So this super chat says, in Myron's defense, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. The old Bill Clinton quote. But then she goes ahead and reaffirms it right here and says that, no, we don't sleep together.
From work. And we never have sexual relationships, guys. Like, you should stop with this. You guys are laughing, but it's true.
Myron, since you said you're transparent, are you circumcised or uncircumcised? Angie exposed this motherfucker. See, this is wild. This question from their community This is like, I mean, I don't know. This is some gay shit right here, bro. This is some sus shit. You should never ask another man if he's circumcised or uncircumcised. That's fucked up, dude. Hell no. But that's the kind of like incel audience that they have over there. And this is, I can't subscribe to that. That's wild, bro. She left him for Tariq. Oh, dude. If she left him for Tariq, bro, that would be the ultimate betrayal. If dude, I'm trying to imagine the whole situation, like the whole headline that Angie leaves Myron for what's the call? What's the, damn it, I can't even think of the type of community that they call that. What is that called? Foundational Black Americans. That's what it is. For a foundational Black American, oh dude, that would be worse than Matumbu. Okay, that would be worse because that's like his mortal enemies. It's crazy.
Them boys commented about damn time. We all know you were smashing Angie. You know what, bro? I wish, but no.
That doesn't happen. See, this, okay, all of the truth was in front of our faces the whole time, okay? Some of us just weren't paying attention to the audio. She said that doesn't happen. Myron is about to put himself on blast right now.
Them boys commented about damn.
You owe Daisy an apology.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Daisy.
Yeah, Daisy.
My bad. I said it was not the most trustworthy, but then again, you was on your word. That's my bad.
I mean, a broken clock gets money from tricks twice a day. You didn't see that one coming. Yeah, she would have coming.
They don't have sex?
They don't have sex, and she told me Myron just prefer to be with other women.
You mean other men?
Shout out to Tree. Shout out to Tree.
Myron, since you said you're transparent, are you circumcised or uncircumcised? Angie exposes motherfucker.
Regular niggas is gay.
No.
Yeah,
Regular niggas is the gay.
That's pretty fucking gay, dude. Like, what the hell were you asking that question, dude? Dude paid $5 to fucking ask that stupid fucking question.
They paying $5 to find out like what his dick look like, bro. Hey, yo, why you acting like you ain't show me yours?
What are you doing? What are you even doing?
I ain't doing nothing. It's the natural consequences of boys being boys. You didn't show me on purpose. I had to catch your booty queef, and then I got to see the goods. So I took a go. Hey, booty queef. Wow. Booty queef. Yeah.
Like, my girl don't talk back to me. Like, this whole like situation, like argue. There's no arguments. This is how it is. She packs my fucking condoms when I travel. That's how real it is.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry for her.
Yeah. And here's the thing. No. She lives a great fucking life, and she's a beautiful girl. She's hotter than all the girls here. And if you got a guy that checks off all the boxes, you got to pay the price for that man checking all those boxes. He didn't check all those boxes off to just fuck you. She packs my fucking condoms when I travel. That's how real it is.
I do what the fuck I want to do. She's loyal to me. It's monogamous on her end, open on my end. You know where she's at right now? She's hanging out with my parents up in Connecticut.
She's with her daddy, all right. Can you say it in Spanish, papi? Can you say it?
That's literally what I said earlier, dude. Oh, man. She could say one thing and be somewhere else, and you're not going to know the wiser, okay? You're just going to go ahead with your podcast and be inundated with that and thinking that, yeah, dude, I got her on lock. When really it's like, no, there was a lot of instances where Angie was going to the club, hanging out with like guys and girls, and this whole like image of like being like the good girl or being the loyal girlfriend, stuff like that. It's like, dude, like, no, she's still living her life, man. She's still doing what she wants. And it's making you look bad because you're over here saying that I got her on lock and, you know, and all that shit. And it's just like, nah, bro, that's not the case at all, man. This shit keeps leaking.
In Italian? The only word in Italian I know is pizza pasta.
And she's smart.
DiGiorno.
DiGiorno?
DiGiorno.
Did you say DiGiorno?
If you just raise it and you go, oh, no. It just I mean, I'm happy for Myron. I think now he has the opportunity to pursue relationships with men now, and I think that's going to be good for him.
Did you say with men?
All the happiest pictures I've seen of this is
Okay, so we got some new branding now. Coconuts in closet. I thought that was funny. They got another one, fresh and fit and fabulous. There's another one. It was like fresh. I suggested fresh and fab. Just shorten it, keep it short and simple. But there's a few others that they come up with here.
Another man's arm.
That's crazy.
Fresh, fit, and fabulous. Fresh and fellas.
Fresh and fellas.
Fresh and fellas. Two guys.
Two guys, no women. Goddamn.
No hoes.
Fresh and fit in your mouth. I like it how they kept the design of like something that would go on their t-shirt with the neon and stuff. That's funny.
Fresh and fitness. Fresh and fit in this in your mouth. Fresh and fit for men who reject feminism but not each other. I mean,
Fruity and spit. That's crazy.
Red pill in the streets, rainbow in the sheets. No? Welcome to Fresh and Fit, where no homo is a suggestion. How about Fresh and Spit? Trad values, soft hands, you know what I'm saying? No, okay.
Fresh and slay.
Fresh and slay. We get rid of the bitches so we can get to the niggas.
Myron does kick all the women out, and it's usually just left with a bunch of men, dude. I've seen it happen multiple times, and he's like, oh, thank God. He's happy. He's happy when he's around a lot of men. So,
and if you think about it, half their podcast is making the women run away, and who's left?
Niggas.
Coconuts in Barbados.
And she's smart enough to understand, damn, though this bothers me a little bit that I know that he's with other women, I understand that he cares about me, he loves me, provides for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry for her.
yeah. And here's the thing. No.
I
She lives
do.
a great fucking life, and she's a beautiful girl. She's hotter than all the girls here. No offense.
That's
right.
fine.
But what I'm trying to explain to you, ladies, is if you got a guy that checks off all the boxes, you got to
found yourself a real
You
gold
got to
digger.
pay the
That's nice.
price. You got to pay the price for that man checking all those boxes. He didn't check all those boxes off to just fuck you.
Remember when she left Amaru in NYC for the rollerblade event? Well, she didn't just go there to rollerblade. Yo, Myron got real haters. This is on our Reddit. You not getting a dime. You just hate this nigga. So this is...
Dude, we do it for karma. We don't do it for money.
From Don Juan's Instagram, and he posted a story with her going through Paramount.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to turn it down because they're doing some music here. I think it's like the Jurassic Park music, so I'm gonna turn this down. I don't want this part to be edited out. I know I've watched this video a bunch of times, so.
No, that's her leaving the closet where she left Myron, because like her relationship was clearly fake.
Okay, there's more music here. Wait, hold on.
Where did they think that beat? Where did it go?
Yeah, I don't like this. Okay, you can already start to see the pattern here. They are constantly in each other's ass. They always sit next to each other for dinner, and they have a shared hobby, etc. They're together a lot. Meanwhile, Amaru is sitting at home streaming and raging at women on Twitter all day long. And that's literally how he would have it. He would have it to where, like, yeah, he's literally not going out. Oh my God, this is crazy. This music. Okay, we get it. No music.
Back with my favorite show
I fucked up.
All right.
Back up. Shit. Hold on.
She's a beautiful girl.
Hold on. Okay. There we go. Machiavelli, welcome back to the stream. What do you have to say? Abba and Preach are fake ass ninjas. But what the fuck is Myron doing last night being defensive as fuck? Yeah. Okay, so Myron was being defensive, but he wasn't answering any questions, okay? He was deflecting more than normally. A lot of this stuff is, like, you watch the call-in show, the questions that were asked about Angie, he didn't want her to look bad, and he kept saying that, the stuff that Auburn Preach, he just kept going back to Auburn Preach and saying that these guys, they have to come out with content so that they can get their AdSense, and they will say anything. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. So that's how he kept framing the whole thing. But then when Fresh was reading questions about the relationship and whether, you know, was it legit? Did they actually sleep together and stuff like that? Myron completely went on a whole tangent talking about Eric and the gay pictures and all that stuff like that. And he completely avoided the question that Fresh asked him. He never answered it. So I think, and of course, people that are not, you know, they're going to give Myron all these chances and stuff, or just believe every word he says, they're not going to check him on that stuff, you know? And I noticed there was a lot of people that did the whole call-in show. They didn't press him at all, man. The haters suck. I should have called in, but I didn't even know about the call-in show until like the day after. And I was like, fuck, man. So yeah, I would have totally pressed him on this. Machiavelli came back and says, Myron made it so dramatic. Like, what the fuck, man? He's an emotional man, dude. You know, he claims that he's a stoic individual, but he's not. He's not. He gets just as emotional as anyone, and anybody that goes against him and stuff like that in terms of like his rhetoric or his ideology and stuff, he will freaking shout them down, and he'll get just as, you know, feminine about it as anyone. So it's bad, dude. Yeah, the callers, Machiavelli came back, he said the callers suck last night. Absolutely, bro. Like, even the ones that claim to be haters, they were like, no, man, like, I'm just, you know, I just want to appreciate and stuff and say you guys have really helped me. I'm like, you're not a fucking hater, dude. Like, why are you calling in, dude? Like, get off the fucking phone. There was one guy, he said, thanks to Myron, he has started a YouTube channel. You know, and he owes it to Myron for helping him start YouTube. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Anybody can start a YouTube channel. You're going to put that on Myron? You're going to thank Myron for it? I'm like, what the fuck, dude? That's like, why the fuck did you even call? Like, that's dumb. You could have just wrote that in the comments and they could have ignored it, because that was pretty dumb to waste a call on that. But that's the kind of fans that they have, man. Ones that just like every little thing that they do, they're like, yeah, man, we appreciate you guys, man. I'm just like, dude, they didn't do shit, bro. God, this music is crazy. Got to take the music out because I don't want to get clipped. Just slow down.
This is why I tell you guys, you need to watch What She Does. No girls' nights, no club.
Oh, dude, this is the best like edit right here, because everything that he's gonna say, it's gonna come back and bite him in the ass. Like, the thing is, Angie was basically posting a lot of this stuff, or friends were tagging her and posting this stuff, and then it was getting leaked onto Reddit, and people were clipping it together with what Myron's was saying in terms of like his relationship and stuff, or the way that it should be. And this is about to be like a super fan edit. Kaba says, did you see the clip on Reddit of that one hater? No, I don't know which one. We might need to check that one after this, because I did not know about that. I've only seen the mashup clip of Don Juan and Angie. I haven't seen anything else. I've just watched the Auburn Preach video, and that's literally it. So hold on, let's go back a little bit. 17, 18, let's go back to this one. All right.
To watch What She Does. No girls' nights, no club.
Girls' night out.
I tell you, don't go to the fucking club. You want to go to the club anyway and be a whore? I tell you not to fucking hang out with your ass.
Does anybody else cringe whenever Myron changes angles during his live stream? Like that one angle change that he did when he was talking about how he does not go out and he has no social life. He literally had to change angles just to do that. I thought that was so fucking cheesy. I get it. You want to be different and show off how much money you got. It's fucking cringeworthy, bro. It really is.
You hang out with them anyway?
You need to delete your social media. He doesn't. Okay. Men and women are not the same. When women get pretty for a reason, that in itself is cheating.
Actually, it's funny. Angie's gonna write.
I can do whatever I want. She stays inside.
Lie detective determined that was a lie.
You're my girl. You're not putting your fucking body on the internet when we're together.
That was a lie.
She's your girl now, but if she still puts photos like that of herself on the internet and is being provocative, when she's in a relationship with you, that's fucking disrespectful.
Now, to Myron's defense, because I don't really like to defend Myron, this photograph in particular was before they were together. It was still up whenever, I guess, she was on, when Angie was first on the podcast as a guest. And I believe MLD was there. And they were going through the girls' Instagrams. They got to Angie's Instagram. They were scrolling through it. And I remember Myron said that this profile, I think it was before he saw this picture, he was like, this profile, you got to do a little bit of digging or whatever, but it doesn't come off, it's not that bad. But then they scroll to this picture and you got a little bit of like side boob coming out, and MLD is like, well, hold on, there's this picture right here. And that was when Myron called her a 304 and she was for the streets. And that was like one of the first things he said about her. So, I mean, kind of a wild origin story when you think about it.
She's single. Again! You fucking idiots!
I think this is all healthy to see unfold, because you can just realize like anyone can get online and preach whatever they want.
Yes. Yeah. They can create whatever narrative they want. They can edit their videos and only have the good stuff on there, or they can go live and hope to God that nothing gets exposed and people call them out. The fact is, with Fresh and Fit, they have so many haters and so many people are just invested in their downfall that they will clip everything they say. They will, when something bad happens like this breakup, whatever, that's so public, it's going to be something that, well, now we're going to do some digging and we're going to see if the timeline matches up when you said that you guys were together, when, now you're admitting that you guys were broken up for months. It's not making sense. You're saying two things right now.
But
can't you look at me like that?
I don't know.
Because you said breach?
I think maybe. But can you put any of it in practice? And you realize like all this advice that they've been building, they can't. Him telling women, oh, you can't go to clubs. His girl's going to the club. They're going. And you know what? This guy knew she was going out and doing all this stuff. Why did he do with his rules? He threw them out. Why? Because he fell in love. And it turns out that this hard body, I tell my bitch what to do. Oh yeah, Angie got very promiscuous pictures because in the past, you notice all these motherfuckers make all the excuses for the behavior they tell you never to accept. Moment is them. Why? Because the reality is when you fall in love with somebody, you start softening up, you start compromising on certain things.
Well, he did say that after they got together, that Angie's Instagram was basically privated, or she like basically gave him all of the passwords and everything like that. So there was no way anything that she was posting and stuff, like he would be able to see it first. So that was kind of like anything that was shown on the Instagram was something that he allowed. That was the framework that he was working with. When I'm just like, yeah, but that's the thing. You would think if she was supposed to private her stuff, then why was it still getting leaked, and why was people still able to see stuff? It just, I don't know. It just kind of fell apart. It really did.
And especially when it's not even realistic standards. It's like really dumb fucking shit. I know online, people think like if you go to the club, you're just out there being a whore. Like some people are just brain dead. They think anybody who goes out with girls or they get down in like a train. People are fucking
at the club.
Yeah, at the club. In the bathroom. One stall,
on the
7 niggas, upside down, underneath, in the toilet. She getting from everywhere. That's what people are stupid online. That's why from the jump I was like, y'all trying too hard to control everything. It's normal to go through a relationship and go through a breakup, but this guy's selling the answer like, I know what I'm doing. Y'all follow my lead. Y'all get these results. Y'all get the money. And well, it turns out, money's not everything in life for a lot of people. You can't just neglect your partner, not do shit, not have a life, not have hobbies, and think just because you pay the rent. Which, can I ask, if you date some broad like doing this whole value thing and you just paying their rent and paying all their bills and then they just leave you afterwards, like, isn't that like quasi tricking?
No, it's not quasi tricking.
Okay.
That's actual tricking, actually, because I mean, you're not getting anything out of it, whatever. I mean, I guess maybe for Myron, all he needed was just the image of a relationship. He wasn't actually looking for an actual relationship, you know, and maybe he conveyed that in the beginning to her. He's like, look, we just have to put on this show for my audience because they care. I need this credibility, basically. So Angie was like, okay, I can fake it. So I mean, what's a kiss on the forehead? What is posing for a couple pictures? If it means that she can get free room and board, she can get a card with to do whatever she wants, and if she wants to go on a trip and stuff like that, she can do it. She wants to hang out with her friends, she can do it. But just don't post anything online. That's all you got to do. And shit got leaked. Shit was getting posted online, and it was just like, well, okay, he needs to figure out how to get around this. And yeah, it was bad. I mean, Fresh wasn't giving him a handful of shit. Angie was, kind of stuff was getting leaked about her, and he was having to course correct all the time. It sucked. So he was constantly bouncing between Angie and Fresh, trying to put out fires and stuff. And yeah, man, it was a full-time job on top of his full-time job. Shit.
It's tricky.
It is tricky.
Yeah, because these guys said they don't pay.
You're not quasi.
But he has to pay all this money to keep it around.
You're not quasi.
I think it's just at some point, it's like Santa Claus. You want to believe. It don't make sense, but you need to believe.
I think
I like Santa.
Probably one of the reasons why I didn't believe in this whole thing in the first place is because before doing this whole YouTube thing and everything, and before engaging in that, knowing what that red pill thing was about, I worked for high value people. They're not happier. They got it easy for some aspects. I can tell you that much. Yes, they do. But
that's so true. They're just as miserable as anybody else in terms of relationships. Their relationships fall apart because even if you have money, you still have other problems that can still arise. I mean, money just might not be one of your problems, but you might have other stuff, interpersonal stuff that creeps its way in. And, when you don't have to focus on money, you have other things to focus on, like together time, when you're with somebody in a relationship and you start focusing on, you don't even, I can't remember the last time, we kissed, or what was the last time, you took me anywhere, or the last time that we were actually intimate and stuff like that. It's like stuff like that starts mattering more, and it's stuff that you got to deal with, and people grow apart, and it's like, it really is. It's really wild. What did you say? Rebecca Belli said, retarded peach? Preach. Maybe that's what you meant. Retarded preach? I don't know. Let's see.
More people with relationship in shambles in a high value world than in the normal realm.
Mm-hmm.
And I include myself in there because they're much closer to millionaires than I am. And I'm much closer to y'all than... So I'm like, no, everybody got their issues. Everybody got their problem. You're selling this kind of dream, this fulfillment, this euphoria that is not real. It's not real. You're just taking all the good points of it.
If you guys want to see how inferior women are to men, go ahead and look at her Instagram.
Machiavelli is like, Camp Hustle, I know deep down you respect Myron, but you don't like him. I don't believe in what he is putting out. I think what he's putting out is sludge. I don't think it's gonna help young men. I think what he's doing, I honestly think that his motivation now is going to be to keep men single, to keep them out of the dating market, to completely avoid women completely, and just, all under the guise of focusing on their purpose and being successful, getting as much money as possible, and kind of holding women to this weird standard that, you're fuckable, but you're not dateable, you're just a tool to be used and to be thrown away, and you can be replaced. When, I don't agree with that. It goes against everything that he says in terms of the nuclear family being the most important part, whatever, of society, backbone of society and all that stuff. But I'm like, dude, that's why you lost a relationship. You lost it because you didn't want to have a family. or you thought that you weren't financially ready to have a family. So yeah, I don't get it. I don't agree with it, man. I mean, the thing is, like, I can kind of relate in terms of like, yeah, it sucks going through a breakup. I know that shit's hard. I'm not actually laughing at him about that. What the problem I have with Myron is that he is going to portray this like confidence that he was right in the end, and that the reason why she left was because his purpose outweighed everything else, you know? And when really it's like, no, you would still be happy if she was still around, but the fact is she got tired of your ass, and now you're having to kind of like course correct and do this whole like facade that no, I chose my purpose over her. Even though she was a good girl, I chose my purpose over her. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I think you have regrets. I think you just don't want to say it. Machiavelli says, I like you so much. I was a fan of you since I heard of your call, but Myron is the realest one on the internet. That's true, Camp. That's true. Wait, yeah, that's true. Come on, man. I don't know, man. I mean, you can obviously have, you know, your thoughts and stuff and your opinions. I'm not really, that's fine. I don't, the thing is, like, I don't agree with what he has to say in terms of like a relationship and how to like be in a successful relationship. I don't think he has the knowledge on that. I mean, I just don't think he does. I think he can be successful in terms of like maybe getting people to, you know, be healthy, you know, eat in a calorie deficit, get their, you know, focus on their fitness, focus on their money and stuff like that, focus on their purpose. Like, I think that's a good message for young men. But in terms of relationships, I think he has this weird relationship with women where he just does not respect women whatsoever, you know? And I'm not saying put women on a pedestal, but I'm saying don't be disrespectful, you know? Like, if you're in a relationship with someone, like a good woman, you know, that takes care of you and, you know, really genuinely wants to be there with you and stuff like that, you don't embarrass her, you know? Not publicly, and you don't like, you don't embarrass her to, you know, sound cool on the internet, and you don't choose the internet over your relationship. You know, it's like, I don't know, you gotta find a kind of a balance, man. But honestly, dude, I don't think that, I think that now that he's gone down this path, he's gonna stay the course, man. And I think he's gonna, I think he's probably gonna be, he definitely is gonna be single for the rest of his life after this. I honestly think that's it, Ben. I think that's it. Machiavelli says, I'm glad that you have a good wife. But dude, I count my blessings every day, man. And I am thankful. I'm thankful, you know, that I was I was very selective, you know, in choosing her as my wife, you know. I know that I consider myself lucky, man, that I found a good woman that, you know, is a good woman to my kids, and, you know, she's an asset to my life, you know? Like, she is pretty much everything that, you know, I could have ever asked for, man. And no, I count my blessings for that. And I don't take advantage of that. You know, I'm grateful. And, you know, she gives me motivation, brother. She gives me motivation to get up and strive and work hard and come home every day, you know? So, I mean, but I mean, I can understand if you guys are on the outside, man, and you guys don't have, I mean, you guys are still like trying to figure things out, and you're, you know, there's all this information that you guys can get on the internet from anybody. You know, anybody that says a couple things that you agree with, you're like, okay, this guy's making some sense, you know? Or you could just look at somebody's like, well, you got to take it with a grain of salt, you know? You can't. The thing is, like, I can, even before I even knew who Fresh and Fit was, I was like, this is just entertainment. This is just something I can laugh at, because it doesn't apply. It doesn't apply in real life. I can see how it won't apply to real life. Maybe it will apply in Miami, where you got a lot of girls that have OnlyFans and they are kind of out here dating like men, like just go running through men like it's no big deal. It just makes sense that, you're in a highly competitive market in Miami. So you gotta rise up. You gotta be the cream of the crop and stuff and portray this image and all this stuff like that. When I was like, dude, if you venture out of Miami, you could probably find someone who's solid, that doesn't have an OnlyFans, that just wants to see you win and is there to support you. Yeah, you can totally find that, man. There's still some good women out here that have, conservative parents, old school parents possibly, that have been together for 40, 50 years, and they just want to have a good guy that has a good head on his shoulders, that has a bright future, or has the motivation and the drive to, work hard and work towards having a family and a legacy, Maybe not be rich and famous, but be someone who's, worth growing old with, man. Cabo says, I strongly disagree with that. Myron is not real whatsoever. I mean, that's the kind of the perspective that I kind of believe, man. I think that Myron will say whatever in order to drive an audience in terms of going. I think he pursues he's in the pursuit of going viral, okay, and getting people to spark conversation and debates and stuff like that. He's going to say some wild stuff to get people talking, to gain notoriety, getting more followers and stuff like that. I think he's just addicted to the whole numbers game, like he wants to be successful. So yes, he has to go through all these different social media and try to just try to be as, what's the word I'm thinking of? Polarizing. He's trying to be as polarizing as possible. And I think that's something that he's been chasing this whole time, but he keeps getting demonetized. He keeps getting banned. I don't even know how many Instagram accounts he's had and Facebook's accounts he's had that's been, taken away and stuff. But he keeps coming back. He keeps coming back and he never gives up. That's something I can kind of admire, that he won't quit in pursuit of this, because really that's all he's got, man. He can't go back to a regular job after this. That would be the ultimate defeat if he had to do that. Machiavelli says, I don't like women too, but I don't hate them. I know the incel mentality, but trust me, Camp, you lucky you born in your generation. At Cabos, I said the realist on the internet. I meant Campered to other guys on YouTube. Wait, I said the realists on the internet. I mean, compared to other guys on YouTube. I mean, if you're talking about compared to other people on YouTube, yeah, I will agree with that statement. I will agree that Myron has no filter when it comes to, I guess, speaking the truth, because I know that he said stuff about Fresh, not even trying to expose him or anything like that, but he says it just to say it, because he's not trying to he's trying to be as transparent to his audience and stuff like that. But I think when it comes to his own life, he's a little bit more evasive, which, I mean, we've seen this when he gets pressed about Angie and stuff. He's not going to be so forthcoming now, that it's he's kind of in a weird spot now. Because we got videos and pictures and stuff that are coming out. People are already forming their own opinions. So now he has to kind of change the narrative, and he has to get ahead of it. And the fact is, you got all these people that are monetized, that are making videos and making money off of his downfall. So he has all that swirling in his head, and he has to kind of still kind of push through and still continue to make content and just kind of ignore it. But he can't ignore it because it's everywhere. Machiavelli says, I'm talking about on general things he says is true, but I know he's fake about talking about the message. Yeah. I mean, I don't believe he believes in everything he says. In terms of the things that he preaches, the whole thing about having 4 wives and and all that stuff. Like, I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think that he could ever commit to 4 women, let alone 1 woman. And I don't know. I mean, I think Angie was probably going to be the one that got away, that probably could have gotten him out of this whole like downward spiral. Now I think he's going to seep even further now. He's going to be a whole lot worse. And I don't know. I can only kind of predict where this is going to go. What I do think is going to happen is that, yes, he is going to lean more into the edgelord, more into the, like, women are way below men. Don't focus on them. Like, just focus on your purpose. If a woman gives you any type of like attitude or lip or whatever like that, just freaking kick him to the curb. I'm sure he's going to say stuff like that. And anybody that wants to call in and like press him about his like past relationship with Angie, he's gonna freaking deflect. He's gonna deflect, and he's gonna be like, "Look, man, it's like that. And months ago, the fact that you're talking to another man about his relationship, that makes you a weirdo and all that stuff." It's just like he's gonna. I can already see how he's gonna handle that. That's literally what it is. And honestly, man, I kind of will say that this whole like I think it's normal. It's normal to go through a breakup. It's fine, but what he has to do, like, he's in a very unique situation because he made his relationship public. Okay. And he really put Angie like so far up amongst, other women and stuff. For this to happen the way it did in the timeline, the thing is, the timeline is a little shaky. Okay. For him to say that they've been broken up for a better part of a year, and then for them to still be, working close together as close as March, it just means that something isn't really lining up. Machiavelli came back. He says, he's now down last night. I was like, boy, what the fuck are you doing? Making a Korean drama movie? Oh, you're talking about the what's it called? The call-in show? You're talking about he's down now last night. Like, he was, oh boy, what the fuck you doing making a Korean drama movie? I mean, dude, yeah, dude. I mean, in terms of like his relationship, dude, yeah, he still speaks highly of Angie. I think the way that he is going to kind of portray her, he's not going to say anything bad about her. Like this whole narrative that she went down to Orlando to go cheat on him for this or this guy, that is bad for his image. So he has to say that, no, they were already broken up. That's the only way to kind of clear him of that count that happened. So, and I'm sure, it probably hurts him to do that. If it's true, then yeah, it makes sense. But if it's not true, and he's saying that to kind of divert the negative comments about that, to say that, yeah, dude, you got cucked by some guy on a rollerblades, that's pretty fucking funny. But if it's not the truth, it's not the truth, So Machiavelli says he always says women will leave you, so why the fuck he didn't just say, yeah, we broke up and it's done, that's it. He doesn't have to explain and suck her dick last night. Again, dude, it is the image he has to uphold. Okay, like, he had to be very calculated about this. The fact that Alba and Preach fucking spilled the whole fucking let the cat out of the bag, he had to address it. He had to address it, but he was thinking on his feet. He didn't have time to prepare, and he was emotional. He was emotional with it, and he probably wasn't thinking straight. Maybe if he gave it like one day to actually like plan out his talking points and stuff like that, he probably would have been able to handle it a bit better. But no, like what you just said, like he pretty much put her on a pedestal, and kind of made her into this angel that, no, she was good. She never cheated on me. And we broke up. It was almost amicable, the way that he said it. So let's see.
Stories and how she tries to do the workouts.
It hurts. I can't do it.
That's not funny. Come on, like I've been working out for like 6 months. Marian's been doing this for years. It's not even funny.
Man, just reminds me how inferior women really are.
This is the one next to Fresh.
Who's that?
No,
Yeah,
this-
that's me.
This is what I was talking about. So this is one of the first instances of him meeting Angie. So she's she's a guest on the show, going through her Instagram, and she's got like a typical Miami Instagram, just one at the beach, probably one on a night out, a couple reels here and there and stuff, and yeah, man.
Haram.
But yeah, you don't give off like
Yeah,
whole
it's not bad,
vibes
though.
immediately.
You don't give off hoe vibes immediately. That's what he says until they scroll down
But
to
here's
this
the thing.
picture.
Go, scroll up a little bit, Chris. Look at this. This is haram.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, never mind. 3 or 4.
They are so cute.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Streets.
Streetwalker.
Yeah, street.
Outside of reproduction,
I didn't say anything.
how do men need? If we didn't,
That's crazy. That means like, okay, think about if they were still together and they have kids and they've been married or whatever like that, and then that video surfaces and their kids see that, and the guy's like, you just called mom a hoe? Like, what the hell, dude? That was like the first time that y'all met. You called her a whore because she had, promiscuous pictures or stuff online or whatever. And that's the thing, man. That's the thing about the internet, man. That shit's fucking forever, bro. Even if you delete it, there's the Wayback Machine. So it's like there's no scrubbing the internet, man. There really isn't. Machiavelli says, he said, look, guys, even me, a high value man, he is, by the way, I got cucked by that guy, and that's proof what I always talk about. It doesn't matter how much money you have, you got to have everything else on point too. You got to have your frame on point. You got to have your, your everything. Yeah, it doesn't matter, man. She can still leave you at any time if you're not giving her what she needs, Machiavelli says, like Fresh said, she loves me for me. God damn it. He tried to kiss her and she almost kicked herself out. Wait, she almost kicked herself? Yeah, she almost kicked herself. Yeah, she almost killed herself. Yeah. That was fucking awkward, dude. When that happened. I'll never forget that. God. When Fresh was like but he was like he's like, are you guys for the real honest truth? The body count? It's over 1,000. And then the chat was just like cap. And then remember he tried to kiss Miranda and Miranda was like, she leaned back. She's like, do I know you? God, that shit was so fucking cringe, bro. God damn. These guys, man, they're so fucking bad. Bad with women.
need to propagate another society, you guys are effectively useless.
Stay in the kitchen.
But
Actually, it's funny. Angie's gonna write our NDAs from now on. We're gonna make NDAs,
Yeah, but don't tell the people.
and Angie's gonna write them. Huh? Who better than to?
That was a hard watch, man. It was, dude. Like, anytime I see a clip of Fresh and he's saying that he has game, or he's like trying to like act cool in front of girls and stuff like that, it always makes me cringe, man. And then like, I mean, it almost to the point where I'm just like, I know that I've probably taken a couple years off my life because it hurts so bad. Like I literally, like, I could be doing anything. I could be working on a video. I could be editing like a thumbnail or something like that. And maybe like I have like a Fresh and Fit clip playing in the background, and I hear Fresh say that, I actually have game, bro. Whenever I hear that, I'm like, I can't even do anything because it's just like, no, it's so fucking wrong, man. And it's like Fresh and game should not be in the same sentence. And then when Fresh says it, it's like triple worse, dude. Like, it's fucking awful. And yeah, I shut down. I can't. I was like, this. It's the biggest fucking lie on the planet, dude. It really is.
Who better to write them than my chick? You hoes ain't got no money. Who better, man?
She's not fucking happy at all, dude. Like, she's literally putting a smile on her face. It's like that whole like clown makeup, you know, like the more and more you feel more and more, you just put more makeup on, you know, and you put more and more until you're completely smiling. You have a clown face smiling, but underneath that, all that makeup, you're just like, dude, this is, I feel like crazy shit. This is what this is right now. This is like the clown makeup.
Who better?
This guy, he's so preoccupied with trying to look cool online. He's disrespectful.
Machiavelli says, I noticed Fresh always tries to prove that he smashed on camera, and girls know that and make it hard to watch. He always tries to take pics with women who is disgusted by him inside, but hey, it's free food. Yeah, absolutely, man. I've seen so many clips of when Fresh is on like any type of like dating spot, whatever, and the girl, he's just filming the girl like, look, see, I told you I got play or whatever. And then like the girl, she's not even looking at him. She's just looking down and eating, you know? And like, he'll like ask her a question and she's like, she's like, I'm just trying to finish my food and just be done with this date, you know? And like, like girls out there using him and stuff, but he's too fucking dense to notice it, you know, or to realize it. It's crazy, dude. This shit's funny.
Expecting his girls every turn.
Angie, you want to tell people, what are your thoughts on this?
Machiavelli said, Angie is cute, but she is a 5. But Myron always tries to say, ooh, she's an 8. Well, that's the thing, man. When you're in love, you know, that adds like 3 points. So, I mean, you start to, this is what I say. So, the woman that you find like super attractive, you know, and over time, like she could be maybe like initially like a 5 or a 6, but over time, like the more value that she adds and stuff like that, and the more like invest that you guys do, more, you know, investments that you make into each other, the looks and stuff like that start to be outweighed by the value that she brings to your life, you know? So we all know that Angie brought an incredible value to Myron in terms of like her utility. Okay. She was, she cleaned up nice. When I say cleaned up, not like, you know, she didn't clean up the studio. I'm talking about like she cleaned up nice for on the camera. And then she also did the managing of the properties and, you know, collecting the rents and stuff like that and dealing with the Spanish tenants and stuff like that. So yeah, like she added a lot of value to Myron. So that's what brought her up a couple points. Whereas, you know, some girls, they just wanted to see what you can do for them. It just seems like, and she was also open for this whole like open relationship kind of deal where she was closed and whatever, but you know, she's still whatever. It just seems like it was a good enough deal for her for the time being. Look, she gets to have free rent. She gets to stay out in Miami. She gets to go out and party with her friends and stuff like that. And all she has to do is just maintain an image. It just seems like that's pretty easy, you know? I mean, it's better than getting a 9-to-5, right? Machiavelli says, no, he tries to prove that, look, guys, I got a really hot woman by my side. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. That was her job. Her job was to be the standing girlfriend, man. The acting girlfriend. That's all you got to do, you know? He doesn't stream 24/7. He streams for a couple hours a day. I just need to pop in on the streams, whatever, and just kind of act like you're my girlfriend. That's all I need you to do, you know? If you maybe touch my shoulder, give me a kiss, you know, on the forehead when you leave and stuff. But then I know a lot of people started saying, like, on Myron Gaines X when he was doing like his solo streams, that she wasn't really popping up anymore. She wasn't really around. And that's what people are starting to say, that, okay, this was the time when they were actually broken up. Or maybe she was still going out. Maybe they were still together technically, but then she started, you know, forming this relationship with Rollerblade Rico over here. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how this is all going to go, but what I will say is that this has been one interesting development, and it's just funny to watch how Myron is having to navigate it, you know, because it's like something that every man has gone through, maybe even in high school. But because Myron was so late to the game in terms of like a serious relationship, like he's having to do this in adulthood, and it's just as bad as if he was like a teenager or maybe in his like young 20s, early 20s. It's kind of funny, man. It's like everybody kind of goes through that. I went through it in high school, but I mean, I'm sure you guys probably went through it maybe in high school or whatever, maybe even middle school. I mean, but yeah, for him to be 30-ish, 33 or something like that and having his first relationship, that's wild, man. That's wild as hell. Let's see, what else did Machiavelli say? He said, yeah, really hot woman by my side. Myron is emotional, but I don't think he loves her. He's smarter than that. But I respect him, and I ain't gonna lie, I can't. Hey, man, that's fine, brother. That's fine. The thing is, man, like, as long as you, I mean, you can take whatever advice that Myron has and stuff, and you can reinterpret it to help you out of your life. That's fine, dude. But from my perspective, I can't take anything Myron says. I can't. It just, I can already see the flaws in his logic and how if I were to apply any of that, it would ruin my relationship because it just would not work. It's just, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you kind of said it earlier, dude, like the fact that I am kind of an older generation. And, you know, Myron, he's having to deal with this whole modern landscape and stuff. I'm sure that, yeah, I'm kind of insulated from this. You know, I don't have to worry about this, you know? Maybe if I was in Miami and not married and stuff like that, yeah, I mean, it would be a total bloodbath. But thank God, you know, thank God I don't have to worry about that shit, you know? Like I said, man, I count my blessings, dude. I really do. Cabo says, Camp, you should react to some of his clips on Reddit there. There are some funny ones. Oh, no, dude, we're doing that after this. we're going to Reddit after this because since this whole thing has happened, Reddit has lit up like a fucking Christmas tree. And yeah, they've been very active in the last 48 hours. So Fresh got roasted by a girl. Myron was debating. Oh, man. I think we're going to react to that. We're definitely going to see all that. Machiavelli came back. He says, I didn't get women until I was 22, but I didn't get that pure teenage love. So now I swear I can't love no women. I see them as a list and what is saw? And I don't know what that means. I see them as a list and saucily, to be honestly. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a typo or not. What does that mean? So yeah, you didn't get women until you're 22, and I didn't get that pure teenage love. So now I swear I can't love no women. I see them as a list. Well, don't cut yourself off, man, from real women. You know, I get that, you know, you probably are trying to guard yourself from being vulnerable and having your heart broken and stuff like that. But I think I've said this, you know, without any type of risk in this life, man, it's like you'll never actually like experience true emotion from someone until you make yourself open to that, you know. But I get it. You definitely want to be calculated and guarded and stuff like that. And you don't want to just give it to anybody, man. You know, you definitely don't want to just take anything you can get either. You know, I mean, you got to have your standards, and anybody that presents themselves as a red flag, I hope that, you know, you are wise enough to be like, okay, I could possibly get a disease. This woman could possibly trap me, or this woman could possibly try to finesse me out of some money, whatever, you know. I know it's crazy out here, man. So I guess the only thing you can really do, man, is just, it all comes down to communication. It's so important, man, to vet people, man, and just really figure them out before you make any real moves. And yeah, but I again, this whole thing about, getting in a relationship early, having that puppy love and all that stuff like that. It's like, look, everybody has a different path in life, man. And don't go around trying to compare yourself to others. If other people started earlier than you or people started later than you and stuff, there's no real time that is like the optimal time, like the red pill will tell you, no, you need to make sure you are making 6 figures or more. You're 35 years old. You slept with over 50 women and you got abs, whatever like that. That's what they'll tell you. Other people will tell you, no, you need to make sure that, yeah, you are self-sufficient, that you're able to take care of yourself, that whether that means that you got your own place, you got a good job, that's stable, and, you make good money and stuff like that. You're not doing anything illegal to make your money, but you have integrity, you have a good circle of trustworthy friends, people depend on you, you depend, and you're dependable. It's like, if you want to have a good woman, you got to be a good man too. You can't be like this guy that's like going around and just grabbing up whatever you want and stuff, but you definitely want to be a guy that's a little bit more selective and has some discernment and stuff, so. Machiavelli says, I don't want to be a free agent in life. A free agent? You don't want to be single. Is that what that means? You don't want to be single? A free agent in life? No, I mean, dude, I get it, man. Dude, I was a free agent for like 7 years after my my first relationship, because that was how my first relationship was about 5 years, and I definitely don't want to. I mean, I think every man's got to go through that first relationship, and it's tough. You kind of doubt yourself, and you wonder, if it was good. I mean, it all depends. It all depends on how it ends or whatever. But for me, it ended, kind of tough, and it took me a while to get back into trusting people again. I can tell you for those 7 years, I did a lot of growth in terms of, figuring out myself and, focusing on my goals and achieving my goals and stuff. And then when I was ready, man, I got back out there, but yeah, I mean, the thing is, man, it's like, you got to do it on your time, don't let anybody try to influence you that, oh man, you're getting a little bit older, man. Like, no, as guys, we got a lot of time. We got time on our side, and it's going to be all right, so don't worry about that. Machiavelli said, thank you. And I always watch your streams when I'm at work, but I am too far gone, and I'll call it really good coping. Got a really good coping mechanism. Wait, hold on. I gotta read this a little bit closer. Free agent. I mean, I don't want to be with someone I pay for who discusses with me like fresh. Oh, dude, fuck that. Don't ever let it get like that, brother. Don't ever let it get that bad. I don't think any of the people that are in this chat are like that. So I don't think you guys got that to worry about. I think what Fresh does is lazy. It's a lot easier just to pay for it and not have to self-improve and not be somebody worth wanting to be with. It's a lot easier, man, to just pay for it and just skip to the end, skip to the good part. Don't be that, take the long road, man, because you're going to find a lot more fulfillment in there, and you'll have a lot more of a lot more memorable journey, but if you're just skipping to the end and just smashing and all that stuff like that, dude, the problem with that is that you're going to feel empty at the end of the night. You're going to feel empty with what you've become, because now you only see women as a tool. You don't see women as an asset or anything that could add value to your life long term and give you the fulfillment longer down the line and a legacy. That's where the real fulfillment is, man. It's like when you can actually look at your goals, achieve them, and then you have the fruits of your labor that you can actually enjoy with someone, and then you can have little people that look like you and the person that you're with that can depend on you. And that gives you a reason to get up every day, so That's our ultimate goal, man. This whole thing about money and stuff, it's so fleeting, dude. Like acquiring all this stuff that you can't take with you. But the real stuff that you want to get in this life are memories. You know, moments of moments of love, moments of loss, moments of achievement, moments of being proud of what you've done. And yeah, it's really easy to get lost in the sauce, man, and just try to keep up with the Joneses and try to, outrank everybody else and try to do better than the next guy, man. It's like, don't even look at that, man. It's like, man, it's you're going to be all right. Just go at your own pace. Machiavelli came back. He says, attraction can't be manipulated, Camp. That deep hole will always be there. Well, attraction can't be manipulated. That deep hole will always be there. No, you don't want to manipulate anybody. You definitely don't. And you don't want to manipulate someone into liking you either, because if they don't like you and then you try hard or whatever, I think if anything you're going to push them farther away. And this whole I think I've been through this situation where like I really like somebody, but they weren't the one for me, but I think I was just attracted to the idea of that person and not like the person themselves. I was like, they're super attractive, but on the inside there wasn't anything there. Like we weren't really compatible in terms of like our life paths and our life goals and stuff. And yeah, the person was more of like, they were into like partying and going out every Friday, Saturday night and stuff like that. Where I was more of like, no, I'm just going to keep my money and work hard and bring it home and stuff. I didn't see the point in going out and blowing all my money that I'd work hard for. So yeah, you got to kind of see where the red flags are, and you got to also have your values, and don't compromise your values for someone who goes against what you believe, man. So, you said not someone, I mean attraction. I don't blame women if they think fresh is ugly, because that's their nature. Yeah. It's funny, man. We've seen this more often than not when they do the ranking of the hosts, and they always rank fresh like a 2 or a 3. And that's even when he has his sunglasses on, because he has to hide the tears. He just doesn't want to deal with it, man. But that's the thing, man. If you're ugly like fresh, and you got to pay for box to make yourself believe that you're this high value person, and that makes it able for you to sleep at night, then if that's good enough for you, it shouldn't be good enough for you. But if that's good enough for you, man, then that's it. But I hope that you would have more self-respect for yourself, man, and be like, yeah, dude, like, no, I really want to be somebody worth something, and I want to be able to feel good about the things that I've accomplished and contribute and stuff to the world, and have people actually like think that, yeah, dude, this is like he really is somebody worth getting to know, worth, even possibly being in a, relationship with, or whatever, and stuff like that, But the thing is, man, it's like, you can't appeal to everybody, I think that's another thing that people get caught up with this whole red pill thing, is that, no, you want to be attractive to a wide amount of women, when it's like, no, you're not going to ever be attracted to a wide amount of women, because women will always see the flaws in you, and it's only like the select few that will see you as like, oh yeah, like this person, he's got the height, he's got the money, he's got the look and stuff, he's got the exact look that I'm looking for, and you wouldn't have to change anything about yourself, but that's something you just got to be patient with, man. So, I can never pay for someone. Oh, Machiavelli says, I can never pay for someone who's disgusted by me. I just can't do it. Dude, I don't blame you, brother. Like, I can tell you, as soon as you pay for a woman, you have become like lesser than her. You know, like that's literally like how strippers feel about like their clients and stuff like that. Like they obviously, once you pay for like a lap dance and stuff, yes, a woman can put on an act and act like she likes you and stuff like that. But yeah, she's probably just like, yeah, you're just like this disgusting guy that if it wasn't me, it would have been someone else, you know? And you're so sad of a man that you have to go into places like this establishment, and you know that's how you can get your rocks off when with girls and stuff, because you can't get it off naturally, you know, in the real world. So you have to go to a place where it's marketed towards that type of behavior. I'd never understood strip clubs, like, you know, the point of working hard just to give your money away to a stripper. And I just never understood it. But there are some guys that are just like, no, it's fine, man. That's fine. It works for some people, but no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Could never pay for it. And yeah, I gotta get genuine burning desire. I got to. Not like how Fresh claims it. You know, Fresh will say that every girl that he's been with loves him. We all know that's bullshit.
General thing, because actually you're the one that came up with.
She's not happy. Dude.
Went out.
She looked like she down to actually do this stuff for him so he can go bang these other whores. But she's like, don't tell the people. What does he do? Yeah, she gonna write it. You gonna do it. You, my girl, you gonna do it.
Yeah, like just trying to sound cool to the audience. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Like he's gonna try to put up this front that, yeah, like she packs my condoms, and yeah, it's like, dude, don't say shit like that, you know, because what you're doing is you're driving a wedge between you and her, trying to appeal to your audience, because it's like he cares more about his audience. He cares more than his audience than the actual girl that he's with.
Like that's how socially retarded these red pillars are. They can't even take basic cues about respecting their partner. Yeah, of course she's gonna cheat on you. Of course she's gonna. I don't even know if she cheated. She probably told this nigga, I'm done with you. He can't process it. You know, everyone assuming she cheated. Maybe she just wasn't happy. And how could you be happy?
Yeah.
When this guy goes out of his way to say she packs my, like he don't have the decency to say this should be private.
And even if it's true, or we don't even know if it is.
But if it's
like, yo, you put it out there, like, bro, you making me look bad. Do your thing, but not.
That's what I was saying, making Angie look bad. The thing is, man, I think a woman would be easy to accept this type of agreement with Myron, as long as he didn't make it public. You know, because I think women still like to keep that anonymity about themselves. You know, like, just don't post me online and I'll totally be like that person and stuff for you. But, you know, Myron, man, I think eventually stuff gets leaked somehow, some way. And then he's like, look, you know, you might as well come on the stream. People have already seen your face and stuff. So, and I think that's kind of what happened with Angie. I think Angie just like slowly, well, no, so Angie was part of the show and then she ended up becoming more part of the show. Machiavelli says that whole self-improvement is overrated, and I agree. It's good if you do it for yourself, but when it comes to women, like I said, attraction can't be manipulated. That's so simple. He doesn't care about her. He just tries to sell that he's a real alpha with women. Of course he's gonna say, okay, so this is what Myron said. He said two things, okay, that contradicted himself. He said that he doesn't have a social life, that he stays inside. The only time he goes out is when he does the debates. He also said that even though he was with Angie, he was still smashing other girls. Which they kind of counteract each other. I don't think he was smashing other girls. And I do believe that he was probably doing more of this live streaming in his studio and not going outside. And the whole thing about like, I only go outside when I do the live debates, that makes sense because we can see that. We can point to it when what he's doing, because he streams like 2 to 3 videos a day. Okay. I don't think there's time for him to go out and bang a bunch of women and stuff unless he's paying for it. So I think that's true. I don't think it's true that he had other women. I don't think that's true at all.
I told you no, and then
But he has to say that so the guys that follow him can be like, okay, yeah, you know. But I'm like, no, it's not physically possible.
You still do it? Yeah. Shout out to Angie. You know what? She got this fucking goofball, this trick to pay her rent for months in Miami. He put in a couple tens of thousands of dollars and just taking care of her. That's just on rent. She did her thing. She got free rent for a bunch of months in this economy. Hey, listen, good for her.
I only really go outside when I do the fucking debates, man. If I'm be honest with y'all.
There it is, right there. He's being honest right now. I can believe his honesty right here that he doesn't go out only to do the IRL debates. That's it. Machiavelli says, Angie's a 3 or 4. That's so simple too, Lo. I love you, Camp. No homo. Hey, man. I mean, he called it. He called it from the very beginning when he first met her that, oh, she's from the streets. She's a 304 and all this stuff. So he always kind of held her at a certain distance. But then, I mean, I think even Ethan Klein said this. He's like, look, you called her a 304 and then you were like, what, psych? You know? Because then you're like, oh, you know, like, maybe I can change her or something like that. And then they started dating for 3 years. So I don't know, man. Coke Benny, he says a semi-truck carrying Tesla is caught on fire on a freeway. Traffic on both sides are jammed. I'm stuck on the other side. I wasn't going home tonight. I found myself on an empty parking lot to stay. Damn, dude, that sucks. Teslas, man. What's with Teslas, man? Like, and catching on. Well, I don't know if the Tesla's caught on fire, but the truck holding the Tesla's caught on fire. But they just seem to. Damn, dude. I wonder if that was a targeted attack, man. Because I don't know, man. That's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get home soon, bro. That's awful. Damn, dude. Traffic on both sides are jammed on a Saturday evening. Stuck on the other side. I won't be going home tonight. Found myself in an empty parking lot just staying. Damn, dude, that sucks. Well, be safe, man. Lock all your doors. And yeah, just take care of yourself, Coke Benny. Sheesh. That really, yeah. Stay safe, man. That's crazy shit, bro. Damn.
Bro, like, I literally only go outside to do the debates. I barely leave my building. Because you guys know me, I'll work, bro. I'll give up my social life. I don't go. You know? Angie's very understanding. She takes Frank.
Took me about an hour to get out of the traffic jam. Fuck, dude. I've been through that. I fucking hate that. I hate that shit, dude. And I feel for you, man. I hope you eventually get home safe, dude, and you can laugh about this shit later. Cause damn, I fucking hate traffic, especially on the weekends, man. Cause everybody's out, and then yeah, I hate it. So I feel for you, brother.
Whenever I need them, she helps me with groceries and shit. So Angie's very understanding. I haven't seen her in a bit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. She actually came by real quick when I was doing the table shit. You know, as of recently, man, it's been tough, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's been tough as of recently.
This is some more admittance from Myron in terms of like his relationship and how it's been. She's been absent, you know.
You know, someone's like, "Yo, but you hate these things." I think there was a time I did. Nowadays, like it barely even crosses my radar. It's become so relevant, and I don't feel bad because I think what they're doing is selling poison to people. So like, I think it's good that they're getting the downfall. But at the same time, you can't just help but look at this shit and it's like, why y'all motherfuckers try to make this shit so difficult for yourselves and for everybody else? You know, it's like, y'all want everything and everything y'all doing is going to ensure that you'll never get it. Like, imagine being a young man who just doesn't have that adulation and that like romance with women and thinking like becoming this controlling freak who's going to like mistreat the person and like try to like belittle them at every point is like the kind of thing you need to emulate to get the results you need. I understand guys ain't got much guidance and it's tough to find that shit out there. But to look at a man who's in his mid-30s, never been in a relationship, and his first one, you know, as a high value man, he can't even get like an immigrant about to be deported to stay with him. She might not be in the country much longer, and even she's like, deportation, please.
That's not the case. That's not the case at all. She is illegal She's a legal resident. She doesn't have to worry about getting deported and stuff like that. But that is funny. I will give Abba that. But what Myron needs to, I guess, do is just be more open about this stuff, man, and not really hide from it. If he's going to be transparent, he needs to go all the way, and just stop deflecting. You know, it's a lot easier when you stop hiding, man. Just be honest, man.
You know, like at some point you gotta just look at it, it's like
people are going to respect Myron more if he's transparent with what's going on, you know. But the more that he hides and tries to deflect and try to make himself look like this was all part of my decision and stuff, it's like you're gonna lose people. You know, maybe some people are gonna believe it, and then some people are like, no, that's just a front, dude. We know what the real deal is. You know, you're really crying on the inside.
What are we doing? Like, you got like millions in the bank, and you can't make it work with all the extra capital. What you want regular niggas to do?
She was with you for 6 months. Deportame.
Damn! It's like you guys have all the tools that you said y'all needed.
You got all the tools.
Right. It makes me think of that Donovan Sharp dude lying about like his wife being a single mom and like.
Oh, dude, I fucking forgot about that. He freaking denied the little girl, the daughter that his wife had from a previous relationship, and he said that she wasn't pregnant, and it turns out that she was pregnant or something like that, and then she had the baby beforehand or something like that. It was weird, man. But Donovan Sharp, he's a liar. We know this, okay? He's lied before, and he's admitted to lying, okay? He just can't stop lying, and you know, it's all about the audience, man. It's all about looking good to your audience, and Donovan Sharp is guilty of that too, man.
Not being
like,
a single mom.
Like, imagine caring about your business so much you gonna deny the existence of your stepchild.
Yep.
Like, do you understand how crazy these motherfuckers are? And also, you have to understand the audience, how much you have to ignore to like accept these people teaching you shit. Mm-hmm. You have to literally close your eyes, let them take money out of your pocket, and be like, "Hey, my nigga, you really killing it." You can't even see though, because if you take the time to look, like,
Machiavelli says, exactly. He tries to say that she's an alpha widow. Yeah. You just made a really good point. I think that Myron is going to say that Angie, that she's already been at the very top, and now nobody's going to be able to compare to him. I can honestly say that he's going to say something to that nature, probably in the next couple streams. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he hasn't already said it. But yes, I what you just said exactly. He'll try to say that she's an alpha whale. Yeah, I will definitely, put some money on that. That even like say like this thing with like Rollerblade Rico, say it doesn't work out. He's probably gonna say that Angie tried to like come crawling back or something to him. She's gonna say something like that in terms of like she can't find any better because she's already been at the very top, something like that, something to that nature. I'm sure of it.
There's no way, like niggas is spending 15 bands on a escort's bracelet, like, but they don't pay. It's just like all of these things. You just watch it unfold, and you know, part of me, I also stopped feeling bad for.
Oh man, we could never let Fresh breathe, man. Like that Van Cleef bracelet, dude. You gave her a fake Van Cleef bracelet for $5,000. She calls you out on it, takes you to the actual Van Cleef store, and you have to pay 15 grand to basically your half. She pays the other half just so that she can get a real Van Cleef bracelet. So yeah, you're down 20 grand. All because you lied. Good job, Fresh. And then he says, he already tried to make them seem that way and mission failed. Yeah, bro. And you know what? Dude, there is really no way around this, dude. There's no lying your way out of this, because the ones that know, not the ones that know specifics about your situation, but just the ones that know just how relationships go and how women can be. There's really no way that you can spin this in order to make yourself look good, Because obviously, what I can gather from this is that, yeah, you are a workaholic, okay? Whenever you dive into something and you have like goals and stuff for something, that is, you have the horse blinders on. There's nothing else that will stand in the way of your mission. Those are literally your words. And you put your woman on the back burner. You know? She was like one of the very last things that came to your mind. So now that she's gone, that asset is gone now. So now you gotta figure out what you're gonna do next, man. How are you gonna outsource all the work that was done? You know, you can't do all that shit by yourself and run your podcast. Something's gonna have to give.
The audience that falls for this shit.
100%.
Because at some point
you gotta
when
do
we put the it's a scam.
You got
He keeps telling you it's a scam and you ignore it, then get scammed, nigga. Yeah. It's not even a scam at this point because you know it's an unfair deal.
No, it's really your fault. To all the audience, it's like you're always talking about accountability.
What was that one? They had a content creator that was on Fresh and Fit. He was talking about scams, and he said a scam is you're still confused about money. So in terms of like making money, you're still confused about how to make money. So you think everything is a scam. So people are so quick to label something as a scam if they're like, no, you can really get rich doing this. But when people don't understand and they're like, well, how do I make money listening to Fresh and Fit? Well, you got to buy their course. Okay. You got to buy the DMs on demand course. You got to learn how to text women, get your text game on point. And then after that, they're going to give you the secrets to have a popping Instagram and also a good bio for dating profiles and stuff like that. And then they're going to teach you how to talk to women. And then, after you've, run through about 50 of them and stuff, you will be on the level and you'll be thanking Fresh and Fit for all that they've done. You know, they just want to see you improve. That's it. They're the #1 men's self-improvement podcast. So you guys found the right place.
Yeah, you fall for this shit over and over and over and let people pass. That means that if you still follow for that, is that you still fall for that is because you let things slide. You talk about accountability, but you let things slide and slide and slide and slide.
And you make excuses for them. You'd make excuses. Anything that goes wrong or anything that bad press that comes out for them, you make excuses. And you're like, no, man, this is just a hit piece, okay? People, they're taking them out of context, okay? That's not really what happened. This is just a Dr. Chimp video, whatever. And I'm like, no, dude, you are coping now. You are a sucker and you will believe anything, man, because these are your internet daddies. This is it.
No.
Yeah.
Let's go, what are you like? Fucking Water World, the Magic Kingdom? It's like slip and slide all the time.
The accountability point was great.
It's cosplay.
Machiavelli came back. He says, your call on FNF was legendary. And the one fault that you did is you didn't let Fresh strangle himself by letting him talk after you made your points. I mean... he wanted me to reiterate the book. I let him talk and stuff like that, but I was ready to move on, dude. Like I literally had gone through what I had said, or like at least what I could have remembered out of my notes to Fresh, and I was ready to move on to Myron, man. Like I was like ready to move on, and like I was really ready to like really troll Myron like really good, but it was unfortunate. I do hope they do another call-in show. I need you guys, if there is another call-in show, to just spam message me, whatever. I know Taking Souls for Free, he messaged me on Instagram and on Discord, and I unfortunately didn't see it. I can't remember who else. Somebody else did. I think maybe it was Kavos, or maybe it was Cook Benny. Somebody did. Somebody messaged me about the call-in show. I think it was Kavos. And I completely read that message like a day later, and I was like, fuck. I would have wanted to freaking call in, man, because those haters were shit, dude. They were total shit. And that would have been entertaining. It would have been something we could have been talking about tonight. Okay, so he says, your call on FNF was legendary. Oh, I heard that. Because you saved him. He really appreciate He really appreciated that, I think. I saved him? How did I save him? What was it? By letting him talk after you made your points. You didn't let Fresh strangle himself by letting him talk after you made your... But... Fresh didn't talk at all, dude. He completely, like, shut down. Myron was doing all the talking for him like he normally does. He was Captain Save-A-Ho. But that was it, man. Hold on, this is the rest of this video?
Yeah, you're right. My mom never responded.
All right.
She saw my pictures like, nigga, I'm tired of looking at you.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, so that's it. Fresh panics and has nothing to say anyways, like when Sneeko outsmarted him. It was good, man. It was totally good. Okay, let's go to Reddit real quick, because I want to check and see what you guys were talking about. I haven't seen Reddit since like the last thing I saw. What is this? There we are. I read it like the fourth thing on Google. All right, let's go to, let's check it out. Okay, so Young Don put out a video. Let's see. Holy shit. Let's see. Rollerblade Rico didn't steal Angie. He collected her.
I just think that...
Hold on. Let's see what this is all about.
You don't have real game. And yeah, I'm a hater. I'm calling. I just think that you're coping. Straight up. You're just doing damage control. It's like you're trying to rewrite the story. So you'll have to admit she wasn't locked in with you. And yeah, let's be real.
Okay, what's your opinion?
The evidence was there. You can spin it if you want.
All right.
I don't think no one's buying it, bro.
All right. Nobody's buying it, dude.
I mean,
That's your opinion.
Look, honestly, I said 1,000 times. You had a girl, but you didn't have her soul. You didn't have her desire locked, bro. That's what happens when you mistake having a girlfriend for actually having, being a man that can keep one. You weren't really holding her attention. So Rico, he didn't really steal Angie. He collected her. That's a big difference, bro. And
All right, man,
I don't know,
I knew
you gotta analyze your game here.
I knew that somebody would call in and say something like this. That's fine. Yeah.
I can see why she
Is there a way to slow this down? Damn it. There's no way to slow this down.
All right, bro. That's what you think. That's fine. Like I said before, I can put the facts. You're gonna have your opinion. You're gonna have your take.
Tell me why.
Bro, I went over everything already during the show. You have all the stuff and you still came to that conclusion. I really can't fix stupid. No, I can't fix stupid, bro. Like after everything that I told you, you still came to a conclusion saying the dumb shit that you're saying. Then I don't know what to tell you.
I'm just saying your game is off. Your game is off. You can have millions. You can be strong at the gym, but you're not. You don't know how to talk to women.
Okay.
Like in a seductive way.
Okay.
Like that's what I mean.
Cool. I can talk to women in a seductive way based on your opinion. You never heard me actually speak to women. Fantastic. What else you got?
Brother, I have.
Really? Are you there when I was talking? Are you there physically when I'm talking to women?
I live in Miami. I've seen you talking to women. We all have the internet. We've all seen footage.
I mean,
bro, you got no game.
Okay. Anything else?
That's a subjective opinion, but that's fine. Tell me why she left you.
Nigga, where have you been the past couple hours?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, hold on. From the context of this video, like I know this is the bonus stuff that was, whatever on Rumble. This part might be clipped out of the live stream, because it is on Rumble, and it will definitely get claimed. What I will say is that what Myron said is that he couldn't give her a family, and that's why she got out. So the fact is that this guy is asking the question, why did she leave then? That is the reason why Myron said. So you kind of have to take what he said and then kind of like readjust your argument now.
If she's holding hands with another dude, I mean, how are you denying that? It's like, are we living in different worlds here? Like, what are we doing here? Rollerblade Rico's not real? What's going on?
Rollerblade Rico. Dude, I love that shit. I love it.
Yo, did you watch the show? Like, I'm not asking, bro. Like, I'm asking. Yo, did you watch the show?
Did you hear what I said?
I'm asking you a question. Did you watch the show?
Well, dude, that's a fresh argument. You don't watch the show. You don't watch the show. Oh man, Fresh is rubbing off on Myron now. That's not good. That's not good at all, because that's literally a fresh talking point. You don't watch the show. Like, how the fuck do I have all this information? What the hell are you talking about?
You're gonna deny what I'm saying.
I never denied it. Did you watch the show?
Oh, okay. So let's acknowledge that. Let's go. Let's have a little accountability. I called in. Let's have a little accountability here. You like to talk about accountability? Let's go. Step by step. Let's break it down. What are you lacking, Myron, that you can't hold her desire? Why didn't you have her soul locked in? I mean, she was your girlfriend, right? You claim to have her as a girlfriend. So where did you lack as a man? You're saying she did all this shit for you, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But what are we doing? Rollerblade Rico just swooped it up. Like, come on.
God damn. Rollerblade Rico just swooped her up, man. He didn't steal her. He collected her. That shit is fucking funny. God damn. This was the shit I missed last night. This is the shit that's really funny, man. Let's see. Machiavelli says, okay. Myron turns like a liberal woman on the panel when they say it's your opinion. Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so he's been arguing with women for the better part of like 5 years now, so he's gonna pick some things up in terms of like their arguing points or the way that they do it, and yeah, so that's what that is. Machiavelli says, believe it or not, Camp, I still think Fresh is happy that happened to him. Of course, dude. Like now Fresh has somebody that he can drag out to the club. Maybe. I mean, we all know that Myron's probably still not going to go to the club and stuff, but I think Fresh is happy that, yeah, I mean, because Fresh couldn't keep a relationship. He's got to pay for box. So I think he's happy that now Myron is back in the singlehood again with him. So now he can, not feel so pathetic now. So he has some company in his misery.
I know silence is very loud right now because you have nothing.
Damn, dude, that was like a good 4 or 5 seconds or whatever, just like no response. I mean, that's the thing, man. Like this guy, he's kind of come at him, he's hitting him with stuff, and yeah, he's got nothing, man. This is good.
There it is. Hey, but look, we win, we lose, but we got to come out again. We got to come out, you got to get back up, like, I'm not here to, like, bash on you.
It's funny, bro, because you're trying so hard to fucking troll, and you're just, like, failing. You're trying so hard to get a reaction. You're trying so hard. You're trying so hard to rage bait, and it's like, I see your move, bro. It's like I saw as soon as you called in saying, like, dumb phrases like rollerblade, Ricky, blah, blah, blah. Bro, nobody's denying that she's out here rollerblading. Bro, you clearly, it's either one of two things.
Okay, so can we acknowledge that? Can we talk about that?
One of two things is going on.
Why haven't you acknowledged it? Why haven't you talked about that?
Look, bro, you did your troll, you failed. It's one of two things.
You can't even talk about it, though.
Either A, you're dumb, and you've been listening to the entire broadcast, and you don't know how to understand the English language, or B,
so you're coping.
I'm going to go ahead and give you the benefit of the doubt. I told you this, I'm going to say it again for the last time. We haven't broken up for months.
Brother,
she can do whatever she wants.
Be real.
We've been broken up for months, dude. I said this at the top of the show.
Machiavelli says, last night's show, Fresh was happy as fuck, boy. He was like on drugs to see that look in his face, and why he hates Myron is better. Wait, hold on. And that look in his face that he hates that Myron is better than him. Yeah, man. I mean, to see Myron down, yeah, that's a win for Fresh, dude. I mean, Fresh is a fucking snake, though. I've already said this. Fresh is a fucking snake, okay? So, back when Myron and Fresh, they were like kind of going at each other, and then that was the precursor to them doing their own podcast and splitting off and stuff. It just seemed like they were kind of digging at one another, and then they kind of had like what's that word? Kind of like a love-hate relationship, like, but they would hold it back, like Fresh would say something stupid, and Myron would be like, yeah, you got a lame. He's like, oh, that was a lame joke or something like that, or he'd be like, oh man, you're really coming with the lame jokes today or something. He'll say something like that, or he's like, dude, you're just not funny, bro. He'll say something like that, and Fresh will be like, yeah, but the chat loves it, He'll just say some stuff like this, like, he just kind of lets it roll off. He doesn't. What was it? Fresh doesn't like take anything personal, because there's really nothing you can say to him where he's like smart enough to actually get what you're saying. And but Myron, he gets like a free like shot at Fresh, and he knows that Fresh will never hit back, so it's kind of easy. Man. Cookman says, whenever Myron starts a sentence with "it's funny," he's trying hard to hide his anger. yeah. He's like, yeah, you trolled and you failed. It's like, no, I didn't fail, because guess what? You didn't like really answer to what I said. You just kind of laughed it off. Okay. So it's kind of, you're again, if you have nothing to say, and then you like, you failed or whatever, like I saw what you were trying to do and stuff. This whole thing about rollerblade Rico and stuff like that, you're trying to be funny and stuff, and it failed. I'm like, yeah, but no, he didn't really, though, because you didn't really stand up and you didn't really answer to it. You still are kind of deflecting right now. So you can't. I mean, this is really bad. This is not a good look right now. Myron the husband and Fresh the wife. Well, yes. Now I think we've said that, Fresh is the one that goes out and networks and stuff. He's the one that spends the money. Myron is the one that brings home the money. Okay, he brings in the money and Fresh spends it. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it is, man.
So your entire rollerblade joke It's cooked because we've been done for a long time.
So she friend zoned you. What are you saying?
Okay, now this nigga's just trying to troll. All right, who's up next? Now you're trying to have a real conversation. Now you're going to go ahead and
Here we
say
go.
bro, you're an idiot, dude. You're just an idiot.
Of course, you don't want to acknowledge.
You're trying to troll.
See, this is what I fear. If I were to call in and speak to Myron and I had like prepared points and stuff, and it got him to a point where he's just like, okay, but did you watch the show earlier? And I was like, absolutely. That's how I have these points. You know, like I just need you now to address them. You know, like I'm not trying to troll. I genuinely want to ask you these questions because I think the people want to know, you know, and I'll say it just like that. I'm not even trying to be like funny about it. I would just be like, look, man, I think what you're doing right now is coping. You know, you are basically trying to save face, trying to look hard and trying to look, you know, confident and stuff to your followers and say that, yeah, this was my decision and my mission comes first, when really in actual reality, you got fucking blindsided by this. Okay. You thought you guys were going to go the distance, but then you realize that, oh, I haven't really watered this plant. You know, I kind of just let it die and I thought it was going to always be around, but now my plant has moved on and started sprouting roots with another plant. So yeah, it's like, fuck, dude, you kind of fucked yourself here. And now you need to figure out what your next move is going to be. You know, it's like, what, do you get another woman and keep moving on? Or what are you going to do, man? Are you just going to stay single now so you can avoid this whole fiasco again? It's a possibility.
You're not listening to anything. You're trying to troll. You're making yourself look like a fucking fool.
Bro, you have no game.
Yo, that's your argument? You have no game?
Rollerblade Rico left with a fucking $20 pair.
All right, yeah.
Rollerblade Rico. Oh man, that was a good one. Rollerblade Rico, dude. That's some good shit. Where did it all go wrong? How did Myron lose to Rollerblade Rico? Rollerblade Chad Rico. Demonetization and OSS content. No marriage after 3 years. She realized she's recreational use only. Chad Rico is better looking. Chad Rico has better work-life balance. Chad Rico promised her kids. Damn, I'm not going to vote on that. That's wild. Let's see. Ace and Reach are elite.
Funny, like,
okay,
we still
here we
run
go.
on YouTube while not getting paid on there? Well,
damn it, I really want to find the thing about where Fresh was asking him questions, but I know it's on, I think it's on YouTube. I think it is until, well, yeah. I think that part's on YouTube. But basically where he asked him questions about, did you actually sleep with Angie? And then we can watch together how Myron doesn't answer the question. He just goes straight into his time in college when he was on the rowing team with Eric. It's so wild.
these niggas lie to put videos out and still don't grind on YouTube.
Yeah.
I need you guys to understand this real quick. How is it that we put out more content than them, right? Every day, more consistent, and we don't get paid on YouTube, but they do. And we still work harder than them. I mean, look at Abba. He's a lazy nigga, bro. Real talk. No collabs. Does just his own channel. No podcast, no nothing. They tried a podcast, failed, niggas gave up. They're lazy niggas. He's fat,
Comedy
sloppy,
tour
comedy tour cook.
Failed.
He's just a lazy nigga in general. Like, look at him. Dude releases one video a week. That's like 10 minutes. That's heavily edited. Can't go live. Can't do.
Hey, now I do one video a week, but I try to at least make it 3 hours. Goddamn. I mean, I try to make up for the time lost, okay? For me not being able to work through the week, I can only do one video on the weekends. But I try to put in a little bit of work while I'm here. Let's see. Cook Betty says, I'm taking a chance and going home into traffic. GPS said it's an hour and 20 minutes drive, even though on any other day it's 15 minutes tops. Dude. Fuck, man. Dude, get home safe, man. That is crazy. So, shit, dude. Man, just make it, man. And you know what? I mean, damn. If it's an hour and 20 minutes on the highway, is it on the highway or are you taking back roads, dude? Because I'm wondering, I would just probably stick to the back roads maybe, because everybody's probably going to be in the interstate right now. Probably backed up in that traffic. That's crazy, dude. Machiavelli said, Chad Rico is a teenager in his mind. Also, just like Angie, she's dumb and they love to go out and be consumers, unlike Myron. Well, you know, man, from what I understand, the rollerblading thing was, I think it was the cause was for breast cancer, I believe. from what I understand, because I think that was with the post that Angie had done when she was first talking about, promoting and everything like that. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's what the whole cause was for. Raising awareness for breast cancer, which, you can that's kind of a noble cause, I got nothing funny to say about that. Coke Benny says, I am taking the street. Well, good luck, brother. Good luck, man. And, I get it, man. I get it. Hopefully, hopefully you get home safe, Coke, because that's tough. 15 minutes compared to an hour and 20 minutes. That's fucking insane, bro. Just, get home safe, bro. Sheesh. I feel for you, man.
Nothing, can't comment, can't do anything except for give shitty commentary, and other niggas doing better than him.
They're probably watching right now.
He's a fucking bum at the end of the day. There's a reason why he'll never sit across and have a discussion with me, ever, in his life.
He's scared.
This is live.
He's scared. He's very scared.
I'd embarrass him.
Yeah, he can't edit videos now.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Like, bro, your editor should be the one getting the money, bro. Like, that's the guy that does everything, because you're not really a smart guy. You're not a smart guy. You're not entertaining. Your editor makes the shit funny and entertaining for you. But the reality is like, bro, you niggas are not relevant. You guys are not interesting, and you guys have to talk about other people to get views.
And he gets pegged.
Yeah, and you get pegged. So that's the biggest L. Making 70 plus videos on us, bro. It's crazy how much, like, you guys, like, you niggas are our sons, bro. Broadcast everywhere, but like, just, like, keep that in mind, guys. Like, we're not even getting paid on YouTube, and we are more consistent and post more than they do on YouTube.
Ooh.
The niggas are lazy, bro. Like, the niggas are lazy.
We show up each and every day.
And I'm not surprised, because, like, I was fat anyway, sloppy.
I mean, they may be lazy, but they're working smarter, not harder. You guys are definitely working harder, and, sure, maybe you're getting, support online in terms of people being being part of your OSS community, the O/Army, whatever, paying for your Rumble, your locals and stuff. I mean, sure, you're going to have some diehard supporters and stuff like that from the work that you do consistently on YouTube. So it's like, you can't really, but then, you got Abba and Preach that are monetized, and all they got to do is make a video on you and make money and stuff, because they're, the way that they're doing the content, it is fair use. So, it's working smarter, not harder, brother. That's what it is. Machiavelli says, Abba is a snake. And Coke Betty says, oh, hold on. Look at Fresh saying that somebody failed while he failed at winning. Wait. Look at Fresh saying that somebody failed while he failed at even winning. Yeah. Again, Coke Betty says, again, not sure that's a flex. Well, that's the thing. Was it Myron? He will always kind of put himself as like, look, we work hard. We do it for a good cause. It's for our audience, it's not about the money. It's about the message. Whereas you can't really get any type of value out of Abba and Preach, because all they do is react. That's what these are Myron's words. Okay. I get a lot of comedy out of Abba and Preach. So, think about that however you will, if you think that they're snakes and stuff like that. The stuff is entertaining, because I'm not that invested in terms of like who's right and who's wrong. Yeah, I think it's funny how people handle things. It's funny how people are so public with their lives and stuff, and then how they're probably going to look back on this a couple years later and be like, God damn, I wish I didn't. This is cringeworthy. I wish I didn't fucking do this, because I look like a fool right now getting so worked up and emotional over this, when I could have just completely just not said anything.
Disheveled, always looks like shit.
Get a haircut. Get a haircut, bro.
Yeah, like, bro.
Shave, nigga.
Yeah, like, it's a fucking just sloppy and disgusting.
For your own benefit.
Like, at this point, bro, like, nobody wakes up and says, oh, I want to be like Abba. Like, bro, nobody wakes up and says, damn, I want to be like this nigga, bro. Let me give my lukewarm, centrist political takes on certain topics of niggas that are more popular than me. You guys supposed to have integrity. I haven't seen you guys talk about, aren't you Somali and Eritrean? Something like that. I haven't heard you talk about your country getting fucking destroyed with the Civil War. I haven't seen you talk about any of that stuff. Right? You come from that part. Well, I haven't seen you talk about it not one time. You DJ Khaled, nigga, you silent. You don't say shit. You don't talk about nothing real. Just gossip. You're a fucking woman. And that's the God honest truth. If I ever decided to leave YouTube, your income would go down by 30% easily.
Yeah, but what would What would Fresh's income go down to if you left YouTube? It'd be worse. You have to stay on there for Fresh. Fresh needs you.
You're my fucking son, nigga. And there's a reason why you will never, ever talk to me in person. And you know that about my downfall every day. But the reality is you fucking need me, my friend. Your mother needs me. Your family needs me.
Coke Betty. Nobody wakes up and says they want to be Myron either. Fucking facts, dude. Jesus. It's like, I think, well, no, they've already been in lolcow status for a long time. I was going to say, like, they went from being influencers to being, like, I don't know if they were ever role models, but I would say that they were influencers and maybe a couple role models to a couple people, whatever. But they are now in a spot where it's just, they're just, it's funny to make fun of them, dude. Myron is now slipping into Fresh's territory with now of this drama and stuff, and the way that he's handling it. It's not, I mean, it's not a good look, man. It isn't. It's not stoic. It's emotional. It's the opposite of being, you know, a high value red pill person. You know, this is very, very emotional, and it's not a good look, man, because it's like you don't know how to direct your anger. Yeah, they did make Alvin Preach made a video on you, but so did a lot of other people, you know. But the only reason that where you're focusing on Alvin Preach is because they have more subscribers. So you're just like absorbed by the numbers. You're not absorbed by the people that actually used to mess with you that are still making videos. Saint the Sinner made a video on you. Freaking who else? There was a few other people. I mean, a lot of people made videos on you. So it just seems that Myron is just going to be this type of person to just lash out. He's going to lash out at, you know, Abba and Preach because they have the most, you know, subscribers and everything. And then you got everybody else that's making videos and stuff that he's just like, yeah, fuck them. They're not bigger than us. They're not bigger than Abba and Preach. So it's just whatever. Machiavelli says, no, they want to be Myron. I mean, if you can point to somebody who wants to be Myron, man, then that's it's that unhealthy coping. I mean, man, I don't agree, man. I can't agree with that. I'm sure there's somebody that can just look the other way on all of this and be like, yeah, you know, Myron, he's my king, man. He's my red pill king. I'm sure, you know, he's gonna get through this. He always does. But as far as people on this side, man, we're just like, this shit's just funny. This is just comedy. It's comedy to us, man. I can laugh at this stuff.
Because everyone that you support is off my hard work, bitch ass nigga. So you need me to stay as relevant as fucking possible, because you're not. So when you get your AdSense revenue, say shukran. Because I fucking got you that fucking money. And don't worry, I work hard, so you'll continue to get that money and you'll have something to talk about, bitch ass nigga.
I think at this point, I think Fresh had already left the podcast. It was just Myron. I was like, damn it, dude. This is the call-in show. Why did Fresh get to leave early? That's bullshit. Okay. Fresh is like, you know, he's like, dude, I know people are going to start hurling daggers at me. I need to get the hell up out of here. Okay. Let's see. Oh shit. What is this? Xena? Oh, okay. I saw this. I saw the clip of Xena like shooting somebody with like a paintball. Hold on.
Kick live streamer Xena the Witch could be facing jail time after she was caught using
they should have said former FNF employee Xena the Witch has now been arrested. Here we go.
using a paintball gun to shoot a random person at Lady Bird Lake. Fox 7 Austin's Libby Farrow has the latest on her arrest.
29-year-old Amaris Sampson, more commonly known by her Kick username Xena the Witch, was arrested Wednesday night around 10 p.m. She was arrested for intentionally causing bodily injury and deadly conduct. On Saturday, August 9th, Sampson is seen in a live stream shooting a random person with a paintball on the trail near Lady Bird Lake. She's participating in an annual citywide $30,000 prize money worth scavenger hunt that's hosted by another streamer, Ice Poseidon. But the event is not city sanctioned. Austin police were searching for Sampson as she had a warrant for her arrest. They located Xena the Witch while live streaming with other streamers in a van with no license plates outside of Fox 7 Austin on East 10th Street. The arrest caused quite
And talking about switching life, Machiavelli says, I'm talking about switching life, lol. And then Coke Benny says, you're right. I want to be racist and unemployed. Oh, man. Hey, Myron is a business owner, okay? He can't be unemployed, all right? He's an entrepreneur, all right? He works for himself. And he pays for him. He pays himself, all right? So that's something we all need to strive to be. We all need to strive to be our own bosses, okay? And make enough money that we can say whatever we want online and not have the fear of being canceled because we have enough real estate properties to keep us afloat. So, yeah, I mean, we all got to kind of be like, we all got to get like that, okay? We also going to need to invest in crypto as well. That's another thing we all got to get on that, okay? Fresh is happy as long as they put hit in Myron and knit him. What? Fresh is happy as long as they put hit in Myron. What? Put a hit in Myron? I don't get that. And knit him? He did run, yes, because he wanted to avoid the flames that were going to come towards him. Because, you know, if you put Fresh in a call-in show, all the hate's going to eventually, like, come towards him, dude. That's literally, like, it always happens. It becomes a Fresh Roast Friday, okay? And we've seen it happen before. And it's hilarious, man. It's a good time. It really is. Machiavelli says, yeah, Coke, you better than Myron in life, huh? Well, okay. It's not about comparing. Again, it's not about comparing ourselves to Myron, because right now what we were talking about is the idea of Myron, the image of what Myron puts out for us to see. We do not know the shambles that Myron's life could actually be. We are only seeing the few hours a day that he puts online and, you know, whatever he wants to put forth, whatever. So nobody can say for sure how successful Myron really is. Only the image that he is portrayed online. That is it. That's all we can really go off of. Let's go back. Something happened. There we go. Let's see what else happened to Miss Zena, the witch here. That's crazy.
A streamer frenzy where many of them showed up and streamed the arrest. In an X post, Ice Poseidon is seen commenting on the situation, saying, quote, "I saw this coming from a mile away. I knew this was going to happen. If you are being investigated by the police with a warrant, obviously this was bound to happen at some point." Xena the Witch's official Kick account has been banned and shut down.
Damn.
She could face up to several years in prison and a $10,000 fine. Libby Farrell, Fox 7 Austin News.
Dude, everybody's going to jail, man. Everybody. You got freaking, what's his face? Vitaly in like Filipino jail. You got, what's her face? Xena the Witch in jail now. Damn, dude. Now let's be real. As much as we can like Myron, is this and that he built himself, and I can respect that. Well, you know, dude, no one's gonna take the respect that you have for Myron away, bro. You can have that respect, you know? I think it's what he stands for. That's what, you know, what you really got to take from this, okay? If his values align with yours, so be it, man. I'm not going to take that away from you, you know, in terms of your respect. I got to respect you for respecting him, man. There was a video that came out. I want to show you guys. It was the phone call between Xena. She called this one.
You guys are inferior in almost everything that matters.
Hold on. What? Whoops. So Xena called her 19-year-old boyfriend crying from jail, and he leaked the whole call on stream. Let's listen to this shit. So what was it? She was with Sneeko, then she was with another guy, then she was with another guy, and now she's with this guy.
You're quiet. It's literally up all the way, bro.
You have 1 minute remaining. Did she give you a new number?
No, not yet.
I don't know what to do.
Alright, I mean, there's nothing you can do. You're locked up.
It's not muted. I mean, it's muted, right?
Oh, yeah, allegedly, yeah. What's up?
What do you mean allegedly, Sean?
You have 1 minute left.
If you get me fucked over because you didn't mute it,
Dude, what do you fucking have to say? You're wasting your seconds.
I love you. That's it. That's all I was going to say.
Oh, all right.
Damn, that's crazy. So, in her vulnerable state of being in jail, she's like, please don't leak this information. And this piece of shit that she's dating is just like, yeah, dude, you got locked up. What the fuck you want me to do? This is what happens when you date kids, man. They just don't. They're like, it's all about getting that clip, dude. Holy shit.
Questions here.
That's wild, man. That is fucking wild. What is this one?
You guys are weaker, dumber, smaller.
Wait, hold on. Oops, hold on. This is the woman I believe that cooks Walter. Yeah, not so erudite cooks Walter. Let's listen to this one. Anything that says cooks Walter in it, I want to listen to.
Worldview. You guys are inferior in almost everything that matters.
Like in what? Like what? Name the things.
You guys are weaker, dumber, smaller,
weaker, dumber.
Yeah, literally
less fit, less strong.
Well,
but
yeah.
by these
You guys are
standards,
inferior.
your co-host is inferior to you in every way because he's weaker. He doesn't
he's still
exercise
superior
as
to
much.
you.
He's
So
not as strong.
that's my point.
That's not what. Well, the issue is. Well, the
He's still
issue is.
superior to you, though.
Well, the issue is on the thing. Well, actually, not really. I think I'm actually fitter than Fresh. He's stronger than me, but I think I'm literally fitter than him. And also, when it comes to debates, I tend to do better than him in debates. All the things that you tend to value are the things that he's inferior.
Damn. Fresh can catch strays even when he's not even in the building, dude. That's just kind of like his whole lot in life, man.
I was speaking Myron.
Wait, is this it? Myron addresses the breakup with Angie and more. Maybe this is it? I want to see this is the one where he asks the question. Hold on. Maybe. If not, we're going to have to actually just go to the clip.
Questions here, Myron, because I was speaking Myron. Are you single or are you dating right now? I can't really tell, but let's go through it. All right. So number one, Myron Gaines. They said that you can't keep a girlfriend long term because you work too hard and you're alpha male. But apparently you're not able to keep a girlfriend long term. Like Angie?
Me and Angie were together for almost 3 years. So, I mean, if they're gonna say that that's not long term or whatever, I mean, it's fine, whatever. But it was like two going on 3.
Was Angie your first ever girlfriend in life?
Okay, let's go ahead and because a lot of people say, "Oh, Myron, Angie was your first girlfriend." And it's funny because the clip that do we have the clip real quick?
Okay,
Can we
so
play
talking about it?
Yeah. Let's show the exact clip so I can respond to that.
Yeah,
I think it's in there. These dumbass.
Why couldn't you just say yes or no? Why do we have to go to a clip? Why can't you just answer the fucking question?
This nigga's video.
Yeah.
Let's. Yeah. Shout out to DJ Vlad with the 50 gifted, bro. Appreciate you, my friend.
Camp, notice how she is mimicking Destiny with her voice and hands movement. Look at her and you will see. Oh, I mean, yeah, I know Not So Erudite and Destiny, whatever. They had a lot of live streams and stuff together, and yeah, I mean, they have very similar mannerisms. So, yeah, man. I mean, what do you want me to say about that, dude? I mean, I don't really have an opinion about Destiny. Okay, like he's just a guy on the internet, man. I don't really follow him, so but I do know of him. You know, it's kind of hard to not know of him. Look how Fresh is happy asking what I know that is staged to do. Look how Fresh feels. Wait. Look at how Fresh feels real. I mean, I know Fresh is enjoying this. Yes, he is enjoying this, like, questions, just reading questions, whatever, and getting kind of putting Myron in the hot seat a little bit. But yeah, this is they definitely planned this. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we're gonna answer all these questions tonight, bro. And the purpose here is to let you guys know. Don't believe everything you guys see on the internet, and understand that these other creators, especially reaction channel niggas like Abba and Preach, they have a vested interest in lying and putting out a narrative for views. And I showed you guys that their channel has not been hitting this month, right? So that AdSense is getting a little low. So it's getting closer to the end of the month. They need to make some money, them niggas. So that's why they dropped this video when they did. They dropped the video as we're popping. They're declining as always. They got 2 million subs, and my fucking side channel is beating them.
Also, I remember niggas talking shit about my channel, right?
Oh, yeah. I hope that in this clip, I hope he does ask the question, did you and Angie sleep together? Because then we don't have to go looking for the clip. It will be in here. And then you will see how Myron doesn't answer the question. He says, yeah, we're going to answer all these questions tonight. He doesn't answer that question. And that's kind of a major question.
I mean,
yeah, but even Machiavelli said, yes, but even planning this fresh seems real in this clip. Well, yeah, I mean, I think he is excited. He's very excited because he feels like he's the one that's controlling like the interview and stuff like that. And he's finally getting an opportunity to contribute to the show in a meaningful way. So, because it's topical. This is very topical.
Videos alone. We had 12K watching the other night and 10K last night, actually. So, all the haters, man, fuck y'all niggas. By the way, Bills, the video in Takeover is the first 10 seconds of that video.
First 10 seconds?
Yeah, the first 10 seconds in, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So, we'll play that part with Casey.
Yeah, Fresh watched all these hater niggas, bro.
Bro, y'all niggas are weird,
yeah,
bro.
a lot of
y'all niggas are weird.
For those of you that are wondering or hoping, the only people we're really going to debunk here are Anus and Reach. Because they're the biggest ones of y'all niggas. The rest of you guys are fucking parasites.
They're the queens
not worth the time.
of the drama.
Yeah, these guys are the queen. These guys are the biggest gossipers. Right?
Drama queen.
Oh look, this bum ass nigga probably got a new camera. Yo, good job, Abba. Yo, this nigga got a new camera.
That's our camera.
Yo, he got a new. No, look.
Okay, so let's see. Machiavelli says he said he smashed. He answered later, I think. Well, this will probably jog your memory. Because I think what he did say, I think his words were, yes, of course we smashed. But then he's also said when it came to, have you guys been intimate or something like that recently or whatever, he completely dodges that question.
He actually got nigga actually put a little bit of work in.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he got a new camera.
That shit look grainy as hell to me.
Yeah, he's a retard. He need to get a video, nigga, man.
What's with the shit sound effect? The shit sound effect was when he talks about anus and reach or whatever. So because the running joke with Abba and Preach, or Abba mainly, is that he was on that interview on the podcast saying that he has had a prostate orgasm, and so yeah, up the butt. Pooper shooter, whatever you want to call it, but they always do that flushing a sound whenever it comes to butt stuff. So that's what that means. But yeah, that's what that sound effect is about. Fresh fake laughing is tough to watch. It's tough to fucking hear too, bro. It really is. It's just make that another button on the Stream Deck and then you won't need Fresh. It's just, or don't have it at all because it is fucking annoying to listen to.
These years and finally get a fucking new camera. All right, let's hear it. Go ahead and hit it, man. He was so hyped too. Yes, I could make some money now.
Bro,
all right, let's go ahead and hit play
bro.
real quick on this thing, because we'll debunk this first thing right now.
Yep.
Again.
And sure enough, just in time, Fresh and Fit got some. Myron has a girlfriend.
Well, when was the last time you had a girlfriend prior to Angie?
Not really.
Because you've never had a girlfriend in your life until you dated a foreigner.
We've already seen this.
Yeah.
We've already seen this, so we're gonna skip ahead. I hope the clip is in here where Fresh asks him the next question. I think it is the third question. Have you slept with Angie? So let's listen.
Friend, I'm talking about. I supported her. I took care of her. She was like a real main chick, right? Like a real girlfriend, not a girl I was just hooking up with.
Okay, so Machiavelli says, nah. He said lately he doesn't smash because he works. I think that's silly to ask, to be honest, Camp, but Myron folded. That seems he is hiding something. Yeah. I mean, okay, so the thing is, if you go off of all the information we know, all the information about, what Daisy said, and saying that when she was hanging around Angie, and Angie said that no, they don't sleep together, they don't have sex, whatever, and then it was confirmed later when Angie had said it on the I want to say it was when Myron had his own show and he was doing that, the Fed Reacts thing. She had said no, we don't do that stuff. We don't sleep and stuff together and shit. So it's almost like a completely fake relationship. It's just for show, which is something that I've said. I was like, okay, the reason Myron can't give her kids is because because female vaginas are disgusting to him. He said this, okay? He said that female vaginas are disgusting, and You know, he refuses to eat box. He just refuses, you know, to. He's like, no, he's like, a woman's orgasm is not something that he values. You know, he's just like, look, it's just, you know, like he's in and out and that's it. You know, it's not about that, you know? So yeah, I mean, it's not about a woman's satisfaction with Myron. So yeah, I mean, I think a woman is there's always gonna be a ticking time clock for that kind of thing. And it ran its course.
Because you guys have seen me with many women. Like the whole concept of people saying like, Myron, you need to have a girlfriend. You guys have watched it.
I'm going to skip a little bit ahead here.
Supporting her.
Fellas, supporters of the show, Christina, other girls. So to say he had no girlfriend before this,
but when it comes to that context, what I'm saying is
the truth. These niggas are just lying, bro.
Yes, question you want to ask, right?
Yes.
So we'll get that one out the way.
We got some more here. Also, shout out to Rampage Jackson commenting as well.
Oh, shout out to Rampage.
Really good dude. All right. We need to do collab with him soon as well.
Yeah, we need to. Yo, Rampage, I don't know.
Just ask the question. Ask the question, Fresh. Come on.
Yeah, we need to get him on the show.
Did Angie leave you for a guy who rollerblades? Wait a minute, hold on. Let me get it straight. Angie left Myron Gaines. Please help me here. What's going on?
Yes, she did, but it's okay.
Fucking wind out your sails. Okay? Been together. Now, I'm together for a very long time. People that watch me have noticed.
True. Is Myron getting left by his girl? What's up? Because for some views?
Because you guys need to know. You guys need to know how fucking deceptive these guys are.
Oh, man. That's all I knew? These niggas are all fake, bro.
Yeah.
You're going to spread like integrity at all, bro?
No,
it's time, brother. So I just think that these creators, bro, that want to.
I showed y'all Album Preach's numbers.
Have integrity, like you should as a man. So be spiritual.
Yeah, nigga says he's spiritual now.
First of all, Puerto Flacco, good ass dude.
They're talking about young Don basically converting from Christianity to tarot reading cards. So, let's see. Too bad Angie has an NDA. Can't talk about it, all right? Can't talk about it. She not only did she create the NDAs, but she also had to sign one as well. Machiavelli, I agree with him on this one, and maybe it's because I'm somehow an incel. I'm not, by the way. I think Angie had NDA too.
Oh yeah. Gets credible information.
Come on, let's get to it.
Number 4.
Here it is.
Why was Angie still around after the breakup?
All right. And that's a very reasonable question, because a lot of you guys might be asking me, okay, well, y'all weren't together for months. Why was she around?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Right?
For the properties.
Pretty much one of my properties.
I've already said this. She was basically like the property manager. She was the one that was dealing with the tenants and collecting rents and all that stuff like that. Okay, let's move forward. Let's keep going. I need to find that question.
Right? Hero.
Yeah.
Right? He's a puppy. What else? Moving these duties, making sure that and this is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Like, she was a good on her whatsoever. The debrief, that's what she wants. Why I got Frank. Now,
yeah, basically,
with us not being together,
hold on.
It's not her, bro.
She wants a family. I couldn't give her a family. She didn't cheat on me with the guy in the rollerblades. That's basically the sum of all this. Come on, get to the question.
It's not what I want right now. I'm going to say what it is. On you.
Say this stuff. Yeah.
So quite frankly.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? Because they talk all this shit, right? So when people say this stuff, it's just like, I'm just, yeah. So put the clip real quick.
Oh, man. Good old time.
I'm open-minded. I'm the alpha male.
It's funny because it's like, these niggas talked all this shit, and they
I'm beginning to think it's not in this clip. I'm not happy about that. Hold on. Shit.
You're gay.
You know?
Oh, wait, maybe it is.
Funny
Hold on.
because it's like, yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Good old time.
You're not
You're gay? Yeah, they keep saying I'm gay. Moral high ground. They know what they're talking about, or they call me gay or whatever. Can we roll the clip real quick? Because wait. Last time I checked,
Fred,
you guys are inferior in almost everything that
oops,
matters.
hold on.
Wait,
you're gay?
Fresh saying integrity young Don is a snake. Well, Fresh saying integrity lol young Don is a snake too. Well, you know, yeah, that's another thing. Another close friend that, you know, cashed in on this downfall that they're having.
Yeah, they keep saying I'm gay.
No. I know two guys in Canada are gay.
Yeah, no, wait, these niggas right here, right? Hold on.
Aren't they gay?
Yeah, let's give people a reminder who these guys are.
It's not in here. Hold on. I gotta find that video, bro. Hold on, they're addressing the situation now. Okay, this is probably the video on YouTube. Hold on, let me make sure. Let's find it. Yeah, this is it. Okay, I'm just gonna find it real quick.
I know two guys in Canada are gay.
Yeah, no, wait, these niggas right here.
Perfect. We're at the perfect spot. Okay, hold on.
Let's give people a reminder of who these guys are that are talking shit.
There we go, man.
Okay, here we go.
the alpha male that you are.
Trip. Were you on the bill with a bunch of dudes?
Okay.
Man, she dealt with a lot. It's like my right hand. She did a lot of things for me.
One more thing.
Yeah.
It's very important. Myron broke up with her months ago.
Yes.
Also, keep in mind, she did not cheat on Myron. So stop
No.
saying that bullshit, bro.
No, she never did.
That's weird. Because
She never did.
That right there says no respect. And she had mad respect for Myron. So that's a fucking lie as well. I've been preached. Also, is that the real DJ Light in the chat?
Nah, no way. He hates us.
Really? Is that him or
Can't
no?
be him.
Okay, let's skip ahead of this a
me
little
being
bit.
honest with y'all, right? So not
Go a
only
little
did
bit
she have all
further.
these duties, right? The other thing too, guys, was you got to understand that Angie was getting like harassed and stalked by people. So I was like, okay, we have to do this in a way where we do this slowly, do it behind the scenes, right? So that people like, so that she could slow.
Cook Mini came back. He says, traffic is not too bad. I'm actually making some progress. Might be home sooner than I thought. Hey, that's good, man. Good to hear, bro. I hope you make it home safe. I hope you make it home in record time, dude. I hope you don't have to wait an hour and 20 minutes, brother. That's crazy. We're getting closer. Wewe're getting closer. I'm going to pause it as soon as we get to it.
And I slowly started to take her duties and move it to other people.
Can I say this real quick as well? Fellas, some of you are cool online, but some people are weird.
Damn it,
I remember I used
dude.
to do vlogs with girls every day. I go on a date vlog, show you guys behind the scenes, lifestyle, all cool stuff, right? You know what some niggas did? They go to a girl's page, find a parents and family and say, oh, she's a mud shark. I mean,
It's crazy how like I put this on 2x speed and Fresh is still talking at normal speed.
It's not funny. Also, track the girl's family to their house and shit like that. Also
At a
weird.
normal pace. Like I can still understand what he's saying.
So Angie's level of like tolerance that she went through is
Hey, Camp, Myron gave a lot of value to me. He does give value. Oh, I mean, that's fine. Dude, that's all I'm saying. Like, if you get value from Myron, I'm not going to take that away from you. If you have respect for Myron, I'm not going to say you shouldn't have respect for Myron, dude. That's fine, bro. Like, it's totally fine. I'm fine with that. We can, I mean, that's fine, dude.
insane. Way worse than Miranda. Anybody else that I talk to, I have fun with on vlogs. So what she went through, fellas, is pure pain for Myron. And to still be there for 3 years after that, it's tough.
Yeah, she dealt with a lot.
Harass,
Just
stalk,
ask the
bro, that's real shit,
question.
Bro, she dealt with a lot, man. She dealt with a lot. So
Okay.
the reason why I did a lot of this behind the scenes was to protect her, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is it. I think this is it. This is it right here. He's about to ask the question. Let's listen up.
Sad, man. If niggas only knew. All right. Myron has the accusation of being fruity. And the question is,
Accusations!
did you ever sleep with Angie at least once, twice, 3 times?
Before I answer this question, play that.
Before I answer this question, you could literally just say yes. Yes, you could. You could. But he's not. He's going to talk about Eric, okay? He's going to talk about Eric and his rowing team and his college days, because it's a lot easier to talk about that than to ask or to answer the question hey, did you ever sleep with Angie? More than once? More than twice? More than 3 times? Let's talk about Eric.
The last clip in full. Before I answer this.
All the haters!
Because this is Abba quality.
Let's. He's gonna simp here. He's gonna simp here. Here we go.
Calling me gay. So I just want you guys to, let's play
Drama
that clip
queen.
before. We didn't do that.
Drama
real quick,
queen.
and then I'll answer this.
If Myron says you gay, that's how you know you straight.
These guys, they don't love women. They like men, spending more time with men.
They do the most sus shit behind closed doors.
Trying to be perfect at a breakup is crazy. Trying to be perfect at a breakup is crazy.
Prostate orgasm? Tell me more about it. Were you milked? How did it happen?
The position you have to get in to get milk, you get on your knees, arch it, and then, she behind it, she milking that, and she doing her thing, like a cow.
If Myron says
All right. So, yeah.
Hey, man.
what's going on in Canada,
You can't
bro?
even defend that, bro.
Yeah, these
You
niggas
can't
are-
even defend that, bro.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
I see why the Canadian girls moving back here, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, Canadian girls love us.
Yeah.
For a reason. Y'all niggas are gay.
Yeah, bro. It's just like, yeah. All right. So,
So
am I gay? Bro, they've been saying I'm gay for years. They take these pictures.
Okay, so now we're just gonna go on the pictures. We're gonna go on the gay thing. That wasn't the question. The question was, have you slept with Angie once, more than twice, 3 times, whatever? Let's see if he ever gets back to that question.
Of me and my teammates from college.
Yeah.
When niggas break into my hotel room when we're on a training trip. Why are you in the bed with a bunch of dudes? They broke. Look, I'm gonna answer this shit once and for all, man. Because it's crazy to me how people just don't get this shit.
Why are you telling us the story about Eric? That wasn't the question. That wasn't. Let me know, guys, if you hear him answer the question about Angie.
Back in 2012, I was in a rowing team. All right, I was on a Northeastern Division I rowing team. We're in Cocoa Beach, Florida, on a training.
I'm speeding this shit up. This is stupid. This is just stupid. He doesn't answer it, but let's speed it up just a little bit. All right.
Trip. Okay. We'd have practice at like 4 o'clock in the morning. As you guys know, I'm not a morning person. You guys can see that's why we film at night, right? They barged into my fucking room because it was like a joke to wake me up. They barged into the room, and that's when that photo was taken. So as I'm there, because you guys can tell, I'm under the covers like this, and he's on top, over the covers. Niggas jumped in to wake my ass up. And anyone that's played sports, anyone that's been in the military, like, been in a frat, anything.
Doesn't this sound rehearsed? Like he's just said it so many times. This is pretty much his heterosexual spiel. Okay, this is his excuse. It's not an explanation. It's not an excuse. It's an explanation, pretty much. All we asked, like, Myron, stop. Just stop. Okay. What was? Do you know what the question was? The question was, did you sleep with Angie once, twice, more than 3 times? And he's going in and in and in talking about Eric.
Shit. That's what happens, right? Like funny fucking toilet humor, such shit like that. So that's what happened, bro. So when they take these pictures of roll, they're like, look, Byron's gay. I'm like, all right, bro. So yeah.
Listen, fellas.
That's it. That's the answer to his question. Okay, he's done. We're moving on. There is nothing else. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I was like, okay, that's a legitimate question. I wonder if he's going to actually answer it. And no, he just goes in and talking about Eric. Machiavelli has come back. What do you got? I got the same pics as Myron, but I'm not homo. Okay. Dude, I mean, this is another reason. Hold on. What kind of pics are we talking about, sir? You said the same pics? So you got like a guy like arms around, kissing you on the cheek and stuff, or you're hugging him from the back, kissing him on the cheek? What are we talking about, dude? Like, you said you have the same pics as Myron? I mean, you can't just say no homo, dude. You gotta really you gotta explain yourself now. Trust me, I was pure. What? I ought to be like that with my sports friends. I played soccer. I know that he talks about that trust me camp. I ain't lying. I ain't laying or I ain't lying. I played soccer as well for my high school varsity team. We never did any of that stuff. You got to be a troll or something, man. And then Machiavelli says, yes, exactly like him. I'm just not homo. That's all, camp. Okay. All right, man. But in your heart of hearts, man, it's one of those things, man. It's like, I played sports. I played basketball, bro. And we didn't even slap each other on the ass. You know, like we were just normal, you know, playing sports, man, running the plays and you know, I mean, we had the cheerleaders, man. Like we had the cheerleader. Each one of us had our own cheerleader, so it's like we didn't have to do the gay shit, bro. But hey, man, I guess everybody's got a different upbringing, man. I'm not going to judge you, man. It's your past. You can't go back and change your past. I mean, you said no homo, so I'm guessing we're all right. You know, it is what it is. Coke Betty says, Machiavelli strikes me as a reverse. Oh, dude, I'm trying to picture a reverse Sonic, man. Like. Oh man, this is good. You know what? We need to have Sonic and Machiavelli on the stream together, so we can make sure that they're not the same person. You know, because this is good. I respect Camp. I never troll, brother. Hey man, that's fine. That's fine, dude. The thing is, man, like what you're saying could be true. The thing is, I need it to be verifiable true. Like I need to be able to. You said you got pictures. I mean, I'm. You want to join the Discord and maybe throw them in the Discord in a private message and stuff? I'm not. I mean, you don't have to. I'll just take your word for it. If you say you got pictures, like, you can just describe it. I'm a very visual person. I don't need to see it. If you just want to say, like, yeah, I got pictures like Myron, You know, like Myron had like a guy that didn't have a shirt on in the bed with him, with another guy that was with a shirt on in the bed with him, and they were horsing around and stuff. You know, boys being boys, you know, that kind of stuff. So like, what's the degree that we're talking about, bro? Like, what are we talking about exactly? Machiavelli says, nah, now when I'm 25, I know that seems gay. Okay. I can't do that with my friend. Well, I mean, that's the thing, man. It's like, you're I mean, that's your brother, man. I mean, you play sports, man. You grow together, man. You're brothers in arms, man. I get it, you know. I mean, but I don't know, man. There's ways to just kind of like, you know, you play the game, and then, you know, you're probably in the locker room for probably a couple minutes and then changing out, and then that's about it, man. You give each other like the whole fist bump, and you see each other next practice. I mean, there's not really much more to it, but I mean, I'm curious, you know, but at the same time, I'm not curious. If you say it, I'm just gonna take your word for it. It's fine, bro. It is what it is. Hey, Camp, I get it. Why it seems gay now at my age. Well, what are we talking about exactly? Like, what exactly was it? Like just smacking on the ass or whatever, or, you know, doing the little, what are we talking about exactly? I mean, you said you got pictures, man. So like, what are we talking about here? Machiavelli says, I'm just saying that it was just pure nothing was in my mind when I was doing the playful sports stuff. At Cabos, this guy's now. What? I don't know. I mean, dude, here's what I'll say, man. I mean, obviously, you can look back on it and be like, yeah, that was a little sus, man. But you know, in your heart of hearts, you know that you don't bat for the other team, you know. But yeah, it's just wild. See, I don't know, man. Everybody's got a different upbringing. Everybody has, you know, I guess some type of traumas that we try to repress and try to forget and stuff like that. But I appreciate you opening up, man. I mean, it takes a lot of strength to open up on stuff like that. So it is what it is, man. And you know what? I wouldn't hold it against anybody if they were actually gay. So that's not like, I don't have an issue with that. It's people that like are like turbo masculine, you know, like turbo alpha male and stuff like that. Like, oh, I get a lot of chicks and all this stuff like that. But then they're like, well, you know, like it's not gay, you know, to smack a guy's ass, whatever, you know, or do whatever, you know, it's not, it is what it is, man. That's literally what you just said. It is what it is. I get it. Kava says, ask him to get on Discord. Let's hear him out. Dude, that would be funny. I mean, unfortunately, we have actually already reached our 3-hour mark. We are right at 3 hours and 30 minutes, and we're actually 17 minutes over. So, let's see. Machiavelli says, Cabos, I have a whole personality, and you can't ask me directly. You got some ego problem, my friend. Well, I mean, the thing is, man, like we sometimes jump on Discord and we actually have like live conversations and stuff. So I mean, that's what he meant. He just wanted to, you know, to hear you out and stuff, like have you explain yourself without you having to type around and stuff. But you know, we don't have to do that tonight. Maybe some other time we can do like a little catch up, whatever, next week. But dude, this has been fun. It's been fun looking at this, and I'm glad we finally found the clip of Fresh asking Myron if he's ever slept with Angie, and all he could talk about was Eric, you know, because, you know, he has slept with Eric, you know, he has been in a bed with Eric, whether they were sleeping or not, he was in bed with Eric. So there you go. Machiavelli, I don't even think you know English, dude. Damn. Cabos, you're just a normie. Be humble, boyo. Cabos being passive aggressive like Fresh. And then Coke Benny says, we have a fair share of no homo moments in electrician trade school. Me and my buddy shared a milkshake together. Well, wait, Coke Benny, hold on. When you said share a milkshake, Are we talking about like one milkshake, 2 straws, or 1 straw, 1 milkshake? Just answer that for me. That's all I need to know. Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. I don't know English, but I bet you can't understand my language. Well, see, that's the thing. You always got to give somebody the benefit of the doubt because English might not be their first language, man. But Machiavelli, you've been a good sport, and I appreciate you, being active in the chat and stuff. I appreciate you, man. And, you've come to the stream more than once. I appreciate it. So thank you. 1 milkshake, 2 straws. Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, it's cute, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Cook Betty, how old were you, man, when you did that? Well, tell me you were like 6 or 7, man. Because I mean, if you're innocent, you're innocent. Just, I don't. Oh man, I might regret asking you that. I don't know. Malcolm Miller says, "I am a fan of you, brother." Oh wait, hold on. Little boy got some work to do. Little boy got some work to do. I'm a fan of you, brother. I mean, the thing is, bro, like, I appreciate anybody that comes and checks out the streams and stuff and contributes to the chat. I appreciate, like, you guys are great, man. Like, the thing is, man, I can speak from, like, my own experience, and, dude, as I get older, my circle gets smaller and smaller in terms of, like, my real true friends. And I can honestly say that, you guys coming out every week and, hanging out and stuff like that is truly appreciated. It really is. So thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I really do. Really appreciate it. But yeah, dude, that's all I got for tonight. That is it. Let me, wait, hold on. I was 6 in trade school. No, dude, this was a couple months ago during the panel swap job. Sheesh. Hey, Coke Betty, man, it is what it is. It is what it is. But hey, that is it. That's all I got. I do want to thank you guys for coming out. I will see you guys next week. But yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for joining us. If you guys haven't liked the stream, like it on your way out. And I will see you guys on the next one. Okay? You guys have a good night. Have a good weekend. Coke Benny, get home safe. And everybody, Cabos, Exo Charles, Machiavelli, thank you so much for coming out. You guys have a good night. David as well, thank you for coming out. Have a good night, guys. This is Camp Hustle 1. Out.